One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. One small step for man.
We've ordered a pizza earlier. Hopefully it is ready. Guys, how you doing?
Hello, I'm very good. You?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Not too bad at all. I think, what pizza was it?
I think we had ordered a margarita pizza and a andouille pizza.
Yes, we just eat.
Amazing. Thank you guys so much. Now, obviously, we're already tucking in on one. If you guys want to go ahead and give it a go as well. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Cheers. There we go. Try it. Take one.
Can I close the box for you?
No, we'll leave it open.
Amazing. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you guys.
Enjoy, guys.
Now, is pizza a normal one that you guys would have over in America? Or is it a little bit different?
I don't think for tailgating, really. I mean, the
Okay.
fact they have a wood, fire stove grill here, yeah. I mean, that's not as mobile, but this looks like some very quality pizza here, gentlemen.
Oh yeah. I love a Neapolitan style. It's great. The wood fire is amazing.
Prepping you before a big game as well, getting ready for it. I'm sure, as you say, they're lining the stomach, ticks all the boxes, I'm pretty sure.
Important part of the experience for pre-gaming is to make sure that you set a foundation for the day, and that requires some good food in that regard. So, this checks all the
You
boxes
have to
for
have
it
a
too.
base. You have to have a base in, and this is great.
Amazing, guys, amazing. Now, would you say you're happy with the experience so far? This is very similar to tailgating, or maybe a UK version of tailgating?
A new experience, I think, right? I don't think we've seen this at the Bridge before, so as there's new things evolving and coming to the pre-match, it just gives more stuff for fans to do and makes it easier, which I think is great. When Americans come over, sometimes it's a little overwhelming to how do we do everything? But to be able to come see the stadium, go to the mega store, come grab some food, it's just so easy, I think, for everybody. So very, very cool.
Amazing. Well, guys, there we have it. Playing Leeds later on today. I'm sure we'll be talking about it as well into the studio, but back to the studio.
Starting off with Marcus Bettinelli, followed by Kappa. Here comes Ben Chilwell. Followed by Lucas Bergstrom. Here comes Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Noni Madueke. And Loftus Cheek. Zakaria. Conor Gallagher. Carney Chukwuemeka. Raheem Sterling. Mateo Kovacic.
Graham.
Hi.
What's the news on Thiago Silva? Is it around 6 weeks, you're thinking, and then later on Mendy and Kante?
Yeah, Thiago will be around that time. I'm not sure exactly. Mendy's making progress, not yet joined full training with the group. N'Golo had his first full training session today, but obviously still needs time. Mason's had a problem with his lower abdomen area, pubic bone, so he'll miss the game tomorrow. Don't think it'll be too long, but too soon tomorrow. Reece has a little bit of tightness in his hamstring. We're just assessing him, but he's doubtful for tomorrow as well. So Aspie's made progress, but still not through the protocols that you need to do after a head injury like that. That's about it, isn't it? Yeah.
Week after week, you're asked, have you spoken to the owners? Day after day, you're getting it. I'm reading this week, Leeds and Dortmund considered make or break games. Do you see it that way as well?
Well, I don't tend to look at it in any way like that. I just tend to look at it, focus on the next match. We know the situation we're in, which is we need to improve the results we've had. That's my responsibility. They haven't been good enough. So that's all I focus on now.
Mason Mount, when he came on against Spurs, looked a little bit of anger in him, and then he obviously got that booking. For you as the head coach, do you want this contract situation sorted? Do you think it's probably affecting his play at all? How do you see it over the next few weeks?
Well, Mason is for us has been great to work with. He's been top. He's suffering like the rest of us because we want to do better. We want better results. But in terms of the contract, that's between him and the club. I'm the head coach, and I get on with my job to work with the players and help them improve. And at the moment, we're not doing that as well as we'd like. So that's the focus for me.
You want to make a lot of changes, obviously, and in the summer, I'm sure you want to make changes in and out as well. Is that someone you want at this football club going forward?
Well, I'm not thinking about the summer, with the greatest respect. I'm thinking about tomorrow's match. That's all I'm thinking about. Preparing the team, helping the team, getting better results, getting a better performance, and responding to the bad moment that we're in. That's the focus.
Richard Masters talked about a little bit on Chelsea yesterday when he was asked about transfers and everything. He said, judge the club in 3 or 4 years. Do you see that as the same as well? You talked about long term as well, because there have been so many changes in such a short space of time.
Again, I think my position is I need to focus on the next game. Whatever the discussions are over a longer term, that's not for me. My discussion is tomorrow's match, focus on that, help the team. We understand the moment we're in, we understand where we are, so we need to improve.
Finally, the top 4 is looking very unlikely after last Sunday's result. Is it better for Chelsea maybe to have a year out of Europe, or financially is that unthinkable?
I don't think at any point you can think it's a positive for us not to be in Europe. That's clear. We're a club with ambition and a club with desire to compete at the top. But like I said, at the moment we're not, and we have to address that. And that starts with tomorrow's match.
Thanks.
Lindsay Hooper, KLP.
Hi, Graham.
Hi.
I wondered if there was anything that you're seeing significantly different in training to on a match day.
Well, that's the frustrating bit for us, because we've seen a lot of positives day to day, but they haven't been able to transfer themselves onto the pitch in terms of results. Performances haven't been as bad as our results, I would say, but still, nevertheless, we know the business we're in, and the results we haven't liked. But in terms of daily training, in terms of how the spirit is in the players, how the group's coming together, how the players are getting stronger, that's all positive. But it's hard to talk positive because we're in the moment where results aren't good.
When you're going through those stages where you've got the 2 wins from 15 and you look at the next opposition like Leeds, who are also desperate for points, I think we've seen when there have been other matchups like that in the Premier League that there's been a cautious approach. Has your main message for this one been not to be cautious but to be brave?
Well, it's always the approach, but sometimes these things happen in football. I mean, the Premier League is the best league in the world, and it's the best league in the world because anybody can beat anybody. We have full respect for all the competition, but the focus should be on us. Should be on us being positive, understanding the position we're in. But we've been fighting this week to prepare well, to make sure we're in a position where we can conduct ourselves well and give a performance that our supporters are happy with.
And for Leeds in particular, the high press, is that something that's going to start with your midfield for this game being more resolute?
Well, we know Leeds historically, since they've been in the Premier League, have always played with that intensity. So that's something we have to deal with. We're aware of that. So now we have to play ourselves and understand what the opponent brings, but be ourselves and try to perform in a good way. That, like I said, we're after the points. We're fighting for the points.
John Southall, 5 Live.
Hi, Graham.
Hi.
Can you explain what it's been like on the training pitch? I mean, obviously you've got so many players to work with. I mean, how challenging is it? Is it difficult?
Not really. We're coaches. It's our job to work with the players we have, and I think we've done it well. Like I said, training's been good. The spirit in the team has been good as you can be when you're in a period of results that we're in. But I have to say that boys have taken responsibility. They understand where we're at. We all admit we can do better. Firstly, me and the players are honest enough as well to know that they can do better as well. So we're all there. We're all fighting, but we need to show it on the pitch, and that has to manifest itself in 3 points ultimately.
I know we've asked you this 100 times, but I think the owners have been here again today. Have you spoken to them? Are they giving you the same message still that whatever happens, they're behind you?
Well, there is support, and of course I've spoken to them, but I'm not going to hide behind that. It's like I said, the results haven't been good enough for us, and I'm responsible for that. When you're a coach, if the results aren't good, you accept the criticism, you accept all the noise that comes with it. My job is to stay with the team, stay focused, try to prepare the team as well as I can, and then win the game tomorrow.
And what would your message be to the fans? Because I think it's fair to say they're getting a bit edgy ahead of the game tomorrow.
Well, I think that's understandable. I mean, fans care, so it's an emotion, and however that comes out is understandable. We're hurting as well, but we also know that they are, and again, it's understandable. We thank them for their support because it's been there completely. I think when you lose at home 1-0 to the team that's bottom of the league, you expect a negative response. There's no complaints about that at all. I have no complaints about our supporters. They've been fair with us. They've been supportive when they can. We haven't been, good enough at the moment to give them enough to be really excited about with the team, and that's where the work is.
And you say you're seeing things on the training pitch that maybe you're not seeing on match day. So how much is it when your team step on the pitch actually it's now becoming a psychological issue, given the run you're on?
Well, every team in the world has moments where they find it difficult, and sometimes you have moments where everything goes well. We're in the first moment, I would say. So our job is to fight through it. There's no other way. Keep working, sticking together, keep fighting through it, and believing that you can turn it round, and believing that the win is around the corner, and that's what we hope, of course, for the weekend.
It'd be nice to celebrate a goal with it tomorrow. It's been a long time at home. I think on the 15th of January. I think the last time there was a home goal.
It'd be nice, yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Talk Sport.
You say that you can do better, Graham. Explain that for me.
Well, the results are the results, and ultimately the coach is responsible. So we have to improve those. That's the first thing, and then you have to look at the performance of the team and how we can improve that. Because if you improve the performance of the team, you can get better results. It's not an exact science, but that's certainly the area. So that's my responsibility, and that's what I have to do.
But you seem to be taking a lot of that responsibility on your shoulders.
Well, as a head coach, I think you have to. That's the job. I don't think it's a total responsibility, but it's certainly a huge responsibility. And like I said, the results haven't been good enough. We know that, and we accept that. There's no hiding behind it. We have to do better, and it starts with me.
You said you want to concentrate just on tomorrow's game, not on the long term, just on what's immediately in front of you. How do you do that with all the noise that's been going about and people asking you constantly about whether the owners support you?
Well, by not listening too much to it, to be honest, is the honest answer. And step by step, next training session, next meeting, next conversation with the player, focus on the next thing, and then bit by bit you get through the days and you get through the weeks, and that's how you work. But we're fighting for improvement. We're fighting to do better. The spirit is there in the team. The spirit is there amongst the staff. The spirit is there in me. But as I said the other week, talking is one thing. We have to do it. We have to do it on the pitch.
Last one from me. You want goals tomorrow. You want to win tomorrow, more probably than anything else. would you sacrifice your footballing principles to get that tomorrow in that 90 minutes? And in other words, does it matter how you win tomorrow? Whether you recognise it as being a Graham Potter team, as being everything you stand for, just as long as you win tomorrow?
Well, the most important thing is Chelsea can win tomorrow. That's the most important thing. It's an easy thing to say, oh, you just do something else and you win. Clearly, there's always a thought process there, but you can end up losing twice. There's no guarantees. That's the beauty of football, and it's certainly the beauty of the Premier League. It's the toughest league in the world, in a game that's so difficult to control. Football, you have to fight for the results, and you have to understand when you're in a tough moment. You have to keep fighting, sticking together, working hard, which is what the players have been doing. Which is what we've been doing this week. We give it our best, and we try to win.
Good luck.
Hello, my friends, brothers and sisters. Hello, 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 hello. Anybody home? Good morning. Good evening, good afternoon, good night, good whatever time it is in your location. How everybody is doing. Let me fix this camera thing. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Okay, people, so I hope you can hear me and you can see me. And you're gonna give me some feedbacks. That is very important. Checking on stuff. Checking on stuff. All right. So feel free to call because I'm gonna be here for a while, depending on the engagement. I might do a watch along, or I might just put audio and go watch the game with other people if nobody is interested. So feel free to call us. And Manchester City just scored 2. The second goal just happened now. Look at Kevin De Bruyne. Somebody's making fun of Kevin, Ginger brother. Okay, so how everybody is feeling? I'm still sleepy, really. Can't drink coffee because I might go back. We hear you, but you can't see me, right? Okay, so the lineup for Chelsea is coming in about 2 minutes from now. And the Arsenal game also, the lineup is going to be there in few minutes. Couple minutes. So feel free to call us if you have time to do so. If you don't have time, you can just participate to the show just by liking, subscribing, and all the good stuff. Commenting, asking questions, stuff like that. Mr. CS. All right. Are you guys ready for Potterball? It's gonna be a lot of crying. Anyways, Potter can't win anything. It's a lose-lose already. So, regardless of the result today, people already made their minds since the day he was signed. Yes, sir, what you have to do. And I'm checking at the same time. If I'm silent, I'm not saying anything. That means I'm updating something to see what the lineup is going to be. So you can keep talking, you and Mr. Aziz, while I'm trying to find the lineup. Good morning, Aziz, and good morning.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Real quick, you could stay on, Aziz. I just wanted to say, I really hope that, I don't, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm a U.S. guy. So let's go a good game. Let's have a good game. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you.
Good game because you are Leeds United. If you are USA, you
yes.
You want to lead to
I'm
win.
also a big fan of your channel, you know. Yeah, I'm a big fan of your channel. You've been going through a lot here with the Chelsea stats. You know, it's not looking too good, but I hate listening to you when you're down. So let's just hope for a good game. That's all I want.
No, bring it on. Bring it on, man. I'm ready for that. So let's make
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Let's go Leeds then. Let's go Leeds. Thank you.
Good. Okay, so we have the lineup already here. We have Kepa Arrizabalaga, Fofana, Koulibaly, Badiashile, Loftus-Cheek, Kovacic is the captain today, Enzo Fernandez, Chilwell, Sterling, Joao Felix, Havertz.
It's 3-4-3.
Say it.
3-4-3. 3-4-3.
3-4-3. Okay.
3-4-3. 3 defenders, 4 midfielders, and 3 attackers. He's playing a back three. A back three.
Yeah, even back three, I'm still questioning why.
Yeah, because Rich James is injured, and
you know, I don't care even about that. I mean, the point that I don't care about Rhys James anymore because the team can't always depend on Rhys James and Chilwell. When they are not there and we start popping all kind of excuses. Now we have to find a way of winning games. We won many games when James was out and Ruben played as a wing back and order. I've been asking for some creativity. You can create something. You can even change somebody's position to see how it goes. You know, why not play Hall from the right hand side? Yeah, I've seen him play in the academy. The guy, you know, still young, but he has nothing to lose. Why not try something? That's what I've been asking for. And I know all this. The first name that will be blamed is going to be Loftus-Cheek, and you know the reason why. So already before even we kick on everything, come back here and tell me it's going to be Ruben to blame, and you know the reason. English Academy. And then we can move from the academy thing to anybody else, or it's going to be the manager. So we already know who's going to be blamed at the end. Oh, Mr. Gordon, I tried to put you through, but you just left. So anybody, if you want to call us, the link is there in the description, there on top of the chat. Come join us and have your say. Let me repeat for people who are just listening. Kepa Arrizabalaga, Wesley Fofana, Koulibaly, Badiashile, Ruben, Kova, Enzo, Chilwell, Sterling, Joao Cancelo. I wanted to say Joao Cancelo. Joao Felix and Havertz. Subs. Bettinelli, Chaluba, Chukwuemeka, Gallagher, Zakaria, Madueke, Modric, Ziyech, and Aubameyang. My opinion is I wanted to see Aubameyang start because he's a proper number 9. I didn't wanna see like Havertz start, but the manager is the boss and he make decisions. Also, another thing that I didn't want to see, I didn't put Ruben. I went with Enzo Fernandez and Zakaria, so I'm kind of disappointed that Zakaria is not there. And then I went with who? Modric instead of Sterling, but the manager decided to go with Sterling. So let me check who's gonna be. Yeah, go on.
One question, you know, this coach is. I'm not even gonna even say anything, but if I was this coach, okay, you don't want to use Aubameyang no more. Albert can score. Why don't you turn Sterling to his false 9? He did it in Man City. He has done it in England. Play him as the false 9. Joao Felix to play on the left side. Modric should play on the right side. You understand what I'm saying? Just tweak something.
Yeah. I like people who come up with imagination. You have to try something.
No. Yeah. Because this guy did it. Pep Guardiola did it and he won titles with Sterling when he turned into a false 9. So
but to his credit, let me play the devil advocate here. Sterling, we tried him as a false 9 a few times under Thomas Tuchel. It didn't work out. And even I think one time when he was switching with Mason Mount under this current coach, Graham Potter, it didn't work out. So probably, you know, it's easier to work at Manchester City than Chelsea, where At City, they were already 7 years together, the same team, and they understand tactics, and City will always create. And even when he was at Force 9 at City, he was missing like 99% of the chances, but he will score one, and people will clap and be happy, but they forgot like 1,000 other clear one-on-one or empty net that he missed.
But at least it's still better than Kai, because
who is scoring? Even him, both of them really right now. Those are just assumptions, but right now,
or then play Aubameyang because I noticed this coach has.
Okay, guys, so I hope you're still here with me. I'm having some issues. It's disconnecting itself. It's just going from green to yellow to orange to red so I'm dropping frames. If you see me out for a few minutes or a few seconds, that means I lost connection. So if you don't mind, bear with me, and I will try to connect again. And I even lost Aziz. Aziz was here early on, and we lost him for the same reason, of course. So I was disconnected, people. I was disconnected, but you can still join us. Aziz, if you are watching, I was disconnected for some reason. I'm dropping a lot of frames here, telling me from my screen. It's just changing very quickly. Red, yellow, gray, red. I don't know. So I don't know what is happening, but hopefully it fixed. We had a lot of thunderstorm here, so suspecting that something is happening somewhere. So thank you everybody for sticking with me here. If you want to call us, this is the link and you can call us. Alright, so you see here, let me just put this smaller here. So as you can tell, Kepa Arrizabalaga, Wesley Fofana, Kalidou Koulibaly, Benoit Badiashile, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Mateo Kovacic, Enzo Fernandez, Ben Chilwell, Raheem Sterling, Joao Felix, Kai Havertz. On the bench, Bettinelli, Chaluba, Chukwuemeka, Gallagher, Zakaria, Madueke, Modric, Ziyech, Aubameyang. So again, no proper number 9, and probably we're gonna go 3 at the back or 4 at the back. Let me see. Yeah, 3 or 4. I don't know. I'm not really very sure about this one. It could be any. Aziz just said that he was 3 at the back. So who is gonna play from the other wing back position? That means Ruben from the wing back position, right? And Chile from the other side. 2 in the midfield of Enzo and the cover. 3 in front of Raheem Sterling, Joao Felix, and Havertz. Or it could be 4 at the back. You never know. You know, it's just people guessing now. It could be also 4. Fofana, Koulibaly, Badiashile, and let's say Chile back 4, and then 4-3-3. Let's put it 4-3-3, and 3 in the midfield of Kova, Enzo, and Ruben, and 3 in front of Sterling, Joao Felix, and Havertz. So depending on what kind of tactics he's gonna use today. So nobody really knows exactly how to place those players because it could be both ways, 3 or 4. It just makes sense both ways. So let's wait and see when the game starts what is going to happen. And people, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment down below. It's gonna take you only 1 second, my friend. Only 1 second of your life. The more you like, the more people will join us. Help me. First of all, let's get to 30 likes and let's go from there. Thank you so much. Get in the poll. Also, let us know who's gonna win the game today. All right. Is there any question from people? Mr. Akanbi said that Kante playing with this. No, Yeah, I just read everything here, so I think that was a very, very odd comment before even the lineup came out. Good morning, my brother, Mr. Tony. Hello, Tony. Stephen said that, why always Kai? Yeah, very good question. Why always Kai? Why not other people? The manager is stubborn. Today, if he loses, everybody's going to be asking the same question. Why is Kai and why not Datro Fofana or Aubameyang? Where is the proper number 9? But today is not about anything else. Today is about getting 3 points. He knows it. The manager knows it. He need to win or he need to get out. That's what Chelsea fans been saying. But even if he wins today, I think it's over. Like many Chelsea fans, online at least, but online doesn't represent the entire Chelsea fans around the world. But online people, the majority of them are just put her out regardless of we lose or we win or we draw. Anything that this guy can do now is no. Some people made their mind since day one when Graham Potter was appointed and Thomas Tuchel was sacked. So most of the heat is gonna come from people who are fanboys or Thomas Tuchel. They just, no matter what you're gonna put there, he's gonna have hard time to succeed because of pressure from those people. But this makes it even worse that he's an English manager. So it's just like the hate is already 1,000 times worse than anybody else that was going to replace Thomas Tuchel. So it is what it is. All he needs to do is win games and don't expect anything. Don't expect any respect from anybody. Keep winning. And if we win a lot of games, and like today you win convincingly, like 5-3-0 or something like this, beautiful football, pattern of football, and then you go to the Champions League next Tuesday and beat Borussia Dortmund convincingly, beautiful football, 3-0, 4-0, and then you can go there. But it's always, no matter what this guy is going to do, he's not going to win online. So that's the nature of Chelsea fans, fan base. So all he needs to do is winning. But it doesn't look like he's going to win anything. This lineup here, many people are going to ask always questions, It's always a lose-lose situation. So they're going to ask, where is Aubameyang? Why Sterling? Why not Modric? Why and why and why? It's a little weird one, to be honest with you. Like Sterling, he was lively the other day when he came on, but being lively doesn't mean you win games. Your prediction is 2-2 at the end. All right. Let's wait and see what's going to happen. So, people, don't forget that I'm here for you, for the people. Oh, wow. Many people watching, but nobody want to like the show. What's going on here? Why are you so stingy today? Let's get to at least 20 likes, okay? It's going to take you 1 second of your life. The more you like, the more people will join us. So, let's get there. 20, yeah. 20 is a weekend, man. It's a 1 second. Your brother is gonna be here for 4-5 hours for free. All right, let's go. What else? Yeah, I think people are going crazy right now online. Porter out is trending already, you can tell. Yeah, the brother can't win, to be honest with you. Hey, good morning, Ludi. Ludichenko, my brother. I don't understand why Mikhailo Modric is out on the bench. This guy, this Porter guy, I don't know what he's trying to do. But today, it's not even about understanding what he's trying to do. It's about winning and winning convincingly. But win just 3 points, okay? 3 points secured, and also the style, and win it in style. Let's see how you win it. If it's gonna be another scrappy goal like a penalty or or some dodgy goals that still not good enough, not really good enough. So it's interesting to see what is going to happen. So Ludi is in the building. What is your score prediction, Mr. Ludi? Score prediction: Chelsea to win or Chelsea to lose? There are so many people who told me that they will prefer Chelsea to lose today in order to sack Graham Potter. But I'm not that, man. I'm not in that level of hate. I support Chelsea Football Club, first of all. People come and go. I don't care who you are, what your name is. You're going to leave Chelsea. We're going to stay here, you know. So when fanboys try to bring certain agenda for managers or players, I'm like, what are you doing, you know? What are you doing? These people are going to go, and you and me, we're going to stay here, support Chelsea forever. All right, so let's go. And since we talked already about this Chelsea, let's go and check also from other teams. Patrick Bamford is not there. Yeah, I'm gonna come back to the. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna start with, because there are so many games that will be played today. So Melier, Eiling, Firpo, Koch, Wobber, Adams, McKinney, Aronson, Harrison, Somerville, and Jorginho. So those are the starting 11 for Leeds United. Patrick Bamford is not there today. One of us, made in Chelsea, Cobham. Not gonna be there today. Not even on a bench. So listen, man, this team of Leeds, they are very strong. They are very strong. They are fighting for relegation. It's going to be a dog fight on the pitch. They are very physical, very direct. We saw how they did to us in the first leg. Completely destroyed us 3-0. A lot of pressure that we're going to get. Oh man. It's going to be very tough for Chelsea Football Club. Very tough. Very, very tough. So let me go and check on other teams just to give you an idea. This is West Ham. Let me scroll down. The Manchester City's game probably just ended. Oh, it's gonna end very soon. I don't know what's going on there, but the last time I checked, they were winning already, like 2-0. So it's 3-point guaranteed for them already. Yeah. So since this game is off, let's go. Wolves starting 11 is SA or Sa. Semedo, Dawson, Kilman, Johnny, Lemina, Neves, Nunes, Sarabia, Costa, and Neto. This is Wolves. And let's go to the Eagles of Crystal Palace. Guetta, Klein, Gui, Anderson, Mitchell, Dukure, Lukonga, Olise, Eze, Zaha, and Ayew for their starting 11. Let's move on for Brighton. So Brighton are going to play against West Ham. So we have their starting 11 here. Steele, Lamptey. Oh wow, Lamptey back in the starting 11. They wanted to sell him last summer and he hasn't really played a lot of games. So yeah, Lamptey, Webster, Dunk, Marsh, Gross, McAllister, Mitoma, Caicedo, who just signed a new contract, Ferguson, Estupinian. So Moises Caicedo, after putting pressure last winter to leave, now he got a big contract signed, new, I don't know how many years contract again, and apparently there is no release clause. But I think that he might have some insurance that if a team comes with such amount of money, let me go or something like that. I don't think he's that stupid to sign a long-term contract knowing that he can join another big team. He can play Champions League every single season. He can get more money. If he does that, that just shows that he's there. He just wanted to get some money secure in his bank account, and he doesn't care about record. So West Ham United starting 11. Alphonso Areola, my own brother. Johnson, Agard, Ogbonna, Emerson Palmieri from Chelsea. Rice, captain of Chelsea youth. Susek, Paqueta, Bowen, Ings, and Benrahma. Very, very solid team here. We already talked about the lead starting 11. Let's go to Tottenham Hotspurs. Romero, Lenglet, Davis, Pedro Porro, Højbjerg, Skip, Perisic, Kulusevski, Son, and Ken. That is Tottenham Hotspurs starting 11. And if you go here, Arsenal against Bournemouth. Let's start by Bournemouth. Neto is the captain today. Stevens, Mefan, Dominic Solanke, one of us, made in Chelsea. Ouattara, Rothwell, Smith, what Smith it is? Smith, Semenyo, Senesi, Billings, and Zemura. So Zemura is there. Let me move on and talk about Aston Villa starting 11. Martinez, Cash, Kosa. I put you through, but you just left, man. I was in the middle of reading lineups, so I couldn't talk to you directly. But I put you through, but you just disconnected. All right. So Martinez, Cash, Kosa, Mings, Alex Moreno, McGinn, Douglas Luiz, Kamara, Ramsey, Buendia, Watkins. Okay? That is for Aston Villa. Chelsea, we already talked about it 1,000 times. Let's go to Arsenal. Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Partey, Odegaard, Vieira, Saka, Martinelli, Trossard. Jorginho is on the bench today. They are starting with Thomas Partey. Let's start a party. So yeah, I went through the whole list of starting 11 today, people. Unless if I have a question, I'm gonna jump to another topic. 35 minutes to go, and the game between Chelsea Football Club and Leeds United is gonna start at the bridge, and also other 4 or 5 more games the same time. But we're gonna focus more on the Chelsea game. The Blues. All right, let's now move on. Any question? Let me read this. Ludichenko said that it's going to be 0-0, but I want to see Chelsea win. 0-0, another boring draw like that. I want to see goals. I want to see Chelsea convincingly beat this team. No excuses. I don't want to hear anything about Reece James out, N'Golo Kante out. No, we have a good enough team to win and to beat Leeds United. It's going to be a tough game. Still remember how they completely destroyed us in the first half at their own stadium. Silva said that another week Equally, another weak squad. Yeah, we can't say though. We can't say. On paper, it looks like it's not. It's weak, but you never know. You can't tell. Henry, are you there?
Hey, morning, Oaks. How are you this morning?
Yes, sir. I don't know. Just waiting. I don't know how I am doing really.
I hope you didn't wake up too early because I was up around 3 and I checked the chat and I said, okay, let me see. Is Oaks around?
Yeah, I've been here for a while. So
really? Okay.
Let's just wait and see what's gonna happen.
Well,
what do you think about the lineup?
Well, first of all, you see how your screen disconnected. I was going to call at that time and then it disconnected. That's not a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good sign today.
Okay.
I don't want to be pessimistic, but man, the spirit is the lineup. Well, I have my doubts. Havertz is there again. Is he going to play 90 minutes?
Yeah, unless if his leg is broken or something.
Exactly. You know, we've been saying put us in number 9 there, but Potter has his own plans. My problem is, does this manager have a game plan for today? You have Leeds they have very technical players. You have this Wilfred Nyonto guy who is very technical. Is there a plan to silence that guy? Is there a plan to silence Somerville? Is there a plan to silence Aronson? That's all I want to know. If he has a game plan, I want to see it. Because this lineup, I don't care about lineups anymore. Honestly, I just want to know if there's a game plan. And I want to see it on the pitch. I don't have I stopped playing the play predictor thing on the Chelsea app like many matches ago. So I don't know. But it looks like it's gonna get worse before it gets better. That's what I'm feeling inside. But I want us to win, honestly, but I don't know. I'm just so confused now about the team and what they have. So, I want this man to succeed. I really want him to. I need to see that on the pitch, to be honest.
Yeah. We can talk, we can make theories, but at the end of the day, you have to play and win.
Exactly.
And Leeds United are not mugs. They are very physical. They are fighting for their lives. They have a new manager bounce.
Exactly.
And it's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a nightmare.
And everybody wants to play us now. Everybody. Even my local league here, the players are screaming, give us Chelsea. Because we know that we can get something from them. But yeah, so they are coming here with a lot of optimism, doing well. Southampton did it. Why can't we do it?
Yeah.
So I want to be proven wrong. That's what I make up my mind now. That it's not going to get better, but I want to be wrong about it. So I want these players to prove me wrong today. And then maybe I'll say, maybe we can get something from Dortmund. But today, I want them to prove me wrong. If not, it's just same old. Same
old boring Chelsea, same old.
Exactly. Especially if it happens that we concede first. Are we going to react? Because these days, it's like once we concede first, our spirit just dies.
Game is over.
Yeah.
Game
are we going to react?
When we concede, we don't react. We don't know how to react. We are shambolic. Exactly. We fall apart.
Look at Man United versus West Ham. They conceded first. Well, they didn't bother. They just switched and played their game and scored 3 goals just like that. I said, wow, I'm dreaming of the days that Chelsea will start doing that again. I know one day we will. But I just want to see how we react if we concede. That's the most important test.
Yeah. But, Daniel,
thank you for staying for giving us the opportunity to call. So let me let my other brother here say his piece too.
Oh.
Okay.
Daniel.
Yeah, I've checked the lineup.
And I think Potter is also preparing for the Champions League game.
Yeah, I heard those kind of excuses though. We are preparing, we are saving, we are protecting players. It's too much, man. Throw whoever there. We want to just win. Who cares? Protecting
But you see,
or saving, yeah.
To me, I think it's a good idea because we would rather progress in Champions League. Right now, even if we lose, we are just going to continue to be stagnant at position number 10.
The problem is you don't even know who is your best 11. So just throw whoever is ready out there. I don't care about preparing for the Champions League, man. Those are just crap excuses, man. You know?
My prediction is that we are going to draw against Leeds.
Draw? Okay. That
Yeah.
sounds like...
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, you have some connection issues, but yeah, your prediction is we're going to draw against them, which is not good for Porter and not good for Chelsea. It's only good for Porter out people online because that's what they are waiting for. They want us to lose every single game, so they say, "Oh, you see, I told you so," and it was a mistake. Sucking Thomas Tuchel in and all that. All they are waiting for is that Chelsea loses. So what kind of fans are we here? Fanboys of people, cultists. But we don't love our club enough because if we see the way we trash our players and the way we talk to our own players, it's just disgusting. Even Arsenal fans channel can't even get closer to Chelsea evil, like not even close. I've never seen Arsenal fans TV even in their worst days under Wenger come out and wish for a player to get cancer and die and get a broken leg, or his family got this and that. Never seen that. Chelsea are so angry, so evil. You can feel even the anger and jealousy and hate coming through some people. You're like, this is football we're talking about here, Why are you taking it so personal? Why are you taking it so, to that point of evil? It's football. 90 minutes. After the 90 minutes, you go do your job. You work for 9 hours. These guys work for 2 hours, and they made the money that you were making in an entire year in one day. So why are you wasting your time? Like, I don't get it. But hey, it is what it is. Some people just are that way. That's the way they can release their misery. It's just to get on other people. Football Man said that Chelsea to lose 1-0 to lead. We still don't have even a strong 11. That's the point I was trying to make. Like, people say, oh, I can see now he's saving players for the Champions League. Crappy, man. Hell no. You can't even freaking win a game against the bottom of the Premier League, and you're thinking already about, oh, let me save players for the Champions League. And who is our best 11? We are all over the place. So how do you know that this is our first 11 and who's going to perform better than the other one? So those are just excuses that I don't get. Mr. Sock said that Chelsea to lose 3-0 Porter after the match. We are progressing and it's a fair result. Yeah. The boys did well. The boys gave everything on the pitch. It was gonna be unfair if we got more than 1 point. So yeah, progress for him. You have to win perfectly. That is his philosophy. Like, if you win ugly and then that is not fair. What is fairness in football? There's no fairness in football. You can score a goal with your hand and become the most famous goal in the entire world, the hand of God. If it's given, it's given. So for him, everything needs to be perfect. Don't complain about everything because we are progressing even by losing games. 23 minutes to go, people. Help me get... Oh, man. Why people are so stingy today? Even 20 likes. People are feeling really bad to like 20 times 1 second. Anyways, my people. Slowly and surely we are getting closer to this. This nightmare. Well, today look at their body language. Always. Look. You see the body language here from the players coming to warm up? Dead already. We are dead already. Chelsea, man. Chelsea. Dead already. Look at the body language. And every single game is like that. I still remember days where we used to win. We need to win. We used to win games just in the tunnel. Coming out, you can see passion, energy. Didier Drogba jumping with his head, doing all kind of stuff. And fans are going crazy because you knew that it was going to be something. Our players are scoring for fun, but wait in training. Scoring for fun, but wait in training. Yeah, it's training. That's why I hate those training videos, because I think it's just misleading people. You will see them playing basketball, American football, laughing, having good time. I'm like, hey, you have to work hard. I want to see you cry in training. Make them run just like Antonio Conte, or let's say, who else? Ten Hag. Let them run. Let them suffer. We don't want to see those happy videos. We want to see them really out of breath. Like, oh my goodness, I can't run anymore. Physically, they are weak. Mentally, they are weak. I don't want to bring them, to military camp just to say hi to ex-military. Bring them to the real camp. Let them carry those bags and let them suffer mud everywhere, in the shoes, everywhere. Like, man, they have to work hard. We are so weak. The weakest team right now in the league is Chelsea Football Club. So get in the comment section down below, people. Thank you for your likes and your dislikes and order. Everything count. Let's go to 50 likes. And I'm still waiting for somebody to come and comment the game with me. So if you don't come here, I'll be forced to take a break, watch the game with my people, and come back at halftime. Because the reason why I'm here is for the people. You know, like, I don't want to sit here and talk myself. I want people to join. I want people to talk. And I want to hear from people. Otherwise, what is the point? That's the way my philosophy is about people, not me. So we have Mr. Victor. Yes. Mr. Salk, let me read your comment here.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, go on.
Oh, good morning. Good morning. And good morning, family. Anybody that's listening, please snatch the like button and everything. But I do not understand this coach. I think he wants to be fired. I think so. I mean, I am not necessarily saying that it is a horrible selection, but it's not good when you have obvious selection to really play at home. I mean, what is he doing with Modric? He's killing the guy's confidence. I mean, I know that Sterling is there, but Modric should play before Sterling comes in. I don't understand this. And what is his fetish with Kai Havertz? I mean, Kai Havertz having proven enough that he is not a number 9. I mean, I don't understand this. And today, oh wow, he's versatile. He's a utilitarian player in rough to cheek, playing in the same position as James. I mean, it's just all over the place. There is no real identity. We don't know what kind of game we're gonna get today. What does this man do with these players? It's shocking to me.
Yeah.
It's shocking to me. I don't understand this kinds of selection. We don't know our best 11 at home. We still don't know what kind of game we're gonna get today because selection is all over the place. They don't play. These players that are on the field right now have not playing with each other for I don't know when. So they don't have any real chemistry. He just throws them on there, and I don't understand why Aubameyang is sitting down today. Aubameyang should be playing today. The whole world says try this guy. At home, we need a good win, and the goal should come from the right places, not from defense or anything like that. It should come from our forward liners. Give him confidence. Let him play until maybe the end of the season, and let him go if you want to. But I don't understand this man. He's so stubborn in the wrong way. If we were winning with Kai Havertz, I would say, okay, he has his own strategy. The guy doesn't shoot. He doesn't do anything. And he still insists on picking him to play, to be the top of the attack. I'm just frustrated with this guy.
Yeah, I agree with you. I can't really say even anything. I was expecting Modric, Oba to be there, but it is what it is. Oh, I don't even know if Ruben Loftus-Cheek is gonna play as a wing back. We have to wait and see until the game starts because both formation makes sense. 4 at the back and 3 at the back makes sense, but we don't know exactly if he's gonna go with a midfield 3 just to put some muscles there and try to defend more from the midfield, or it's gonna be wing back positions with Ruben. So
yeah, but the thing is this: if you want a really solid middle, right? What is it called? Either Chukwuemeka tends to actually drift forward, but you could do what is his name? The guy from Italy.
What? He's on loan. Are you talking about Casadei?
No. The guy from Italy, the guy from Juventus. He's sitting on the bench.
Oh, yeah,
today.
Dennis Zakaria.
Zakaria, you could put Zakaria and Loftus-Cheek together. Loftus-Cheek to me has been a total disappointment. He's this big guy who was amazing going forward during our Lampard's era, and now he barely ever moves. Now, let me tell you this. I don't care what the coach has told you. You can get some balls and make some incursions into the opponent's area and try to make something happen. Zakaria does that. Every now and then, when he is placed even to help with Enzo, he drifts forward every now and then to help with the attack. But Loftus-Cheek doesn't run at all. He will occasionally get the ball and use his strength. But if he was doing that, he will be more influential in our games. He doesn't do any of that. But be as it is, put him and Zakaria right there and put Enzo in front of them. What exactly is Kovacic going to give you? What exactly does Kovacic do for us?
Well, he's gonna beat the pressure because today we're gonna be under a lot of pressure from Leeds United. We know how they are, and Kovacic. Yes, I'm not happy about his final third and what he does with the ball. He can't shoot, but when it comes to like defending, putting tackles, dribbling, beating the pressure, he can help a lot from the midfield.
Yeah, but he doesn't. If he doesn't help with the goals, which is what we need most. I mean,
because we have the way I see it, we have Enzo Fernandez for that. If he can sit a little bit and help beat the pressure, pass to Enzo. Enzo is somebody who thinks quicker than anybody, who can put the right balls in the box.
Yeah. So what you do is you put those two that can actually thwart any real pressure. I mean, I believe that if you put Zakaria and Loftus-Cheek right behind Enzo, you have taken care of, as you just mentioned a minute ago, that we are being bullied, right? So you just put people that at least physically are a little bit more threatening to the opposition, so that they don't go through the middle of the park with ease, and then put Enzo in front of them. Enzo can easily drift forward to help with the attack. You can do that, you know. But I have seen Kovacic for years. I do not think Kovacic has anything to our attack. And yes, he might block a few things here and there, but he doesn't. Maybe today he might prove me wrong. But he is what is it called? Jorginho 2.0, in my opinion. You know, and yeah, in my opinion, he is. And that is the problem we have in our. We don't advance. They are not visionaries. Jorginho, maybe now he has gotten a better attack and he's working better at Arsenal. But when he was with us and also with Kovacic, they are not visionaries. They don't give you passes that are to die for. You know,
yeah,
they just get the ball.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, they get the ball and then they pass to the left, they pass to the right, and they run around. And Loftus-Cheek is copying that. Zakaria doesn't do that. He gets the ball, he passes, and then he wants to move forward a little bit, even though his real position is number 6. So, I mean, I hope, I'm always rooting for Chelsea. I hope we win today, because if we don't win today, I don't think this coach will survive.
Yeah,
but,
he's going to be sacked just in the tunnel. In the tunnel at Stamford Bridge. Like, hey, pack your stuff and go.
I also don't want a one-goal win scored by, what is it called, Fofana. I want our forwards to click. You spend enough money, you know. So anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, that.
Bro, Victor is right. Well, if he gets sacked after today, well, that just makes it easier because we were expecting this earlier in the week. So whatever he's doing, I hope there is a plan, because this Wilfred Nyonto guy, I've seen him play. I hope if someone is playing wing back, I hope it's someone who can. Loftus-Cheek has done well in that position, bro. But someone should mark that guy, because he's going to be problem. He's going to cause problems for us. And so if there's no game plan to mark those key positions, well,
yeah.
I don't know. He's gonna say, well, the boys did their best as always. But
yeah, the boys did well. The boys gave everything. So yeah.
I mean, right now, I don't mean to catch you, but right now our attack is not potent enough. Sterling will score you a decent goal every now and then, but he has to be given multiple chances, right?
Exactly.
What's it called? The gentleman from
Joao Felix.
Joao Felix is going to be an improved version of Kai Havertz, but he is not going to take on any strong defense and do 1 or 50-50 and get the ball. They are all champagne luxury players who all want to do, flicks and turns. You don't have the
Hollywood
the
football. Yeah,
exactly. You don't have the bullying kind. Like, look at the goals, the variety of goals that comes from Haaland. You are not going to get any of this from our moving attacking 3 today. You're not going to get any of it. It has to be a lot of time given to them, or something very, it will be a beautiful goal, but it won't be a goal that is like from nowhere. They struggled, it was off, it was even a poaching goal. No, they won't get the ball from the midfield and run and take on 2 or 3 defense and score. They don't do that. You know what I mean? These 3 don't do that. So you know that is not going to give you. We have scored 6 goals. 6 goals.
Until from October,
November. Yeah. It's crazy.
Exactly.
You need to load your team with people that will supply more of we need to go out there and score. Imagine if Chelsea comes out of this with maybe 3 or 4 goals today. Then everybody will be like, what just happened? Who was playing today? Right now, we know that these 3 will not score. And then you pack your midfield with people that will pass to the left, pass to the right, pass to the left, pass to the right. It's just mind-boggling. They are sitting there rotting away. And we pay them all this money, 88 million pounds, and you sit him down. Modric, even though you don't have any attack.
I don't get it. I just don't get why that Modric guy is on the bench. It must be very frustrating, really.
And the people that interview this guy, right? The people that do the press conference before preview and review, they don't ask these questions. If Mount was sitting down, they'll ask why Mount is sitting down. But Modric, nobody will push him and say, why do you put Modric down? Even though you don't have enough potency in the attack. Why do you do that? They don't ask him these questions. During the preview interview, the match interview yesterday, the guy that took the majority, the chunk of the time was, oh, you have had injuries. So how are you gonna do this? How are you gonna do? All the questions were not intrusive enough for him to really answer and give us reasons behind his choices. None of the questions go into the real crux of the matter. All of this is just, nibbling around the edges. And
yeah, the problem you have to understand with those journalists and media, they get accreditation. So if you push on certain issues, and then they're not gonna allow you to be there. So they better just go there and try to be friends and try to get something, but not asking really the questions that us fans will ask. Otherwise, your accreditation is gonna be cancelled, and you can't make there anymore. But
in other words, they are censoring. They are censoring the hardest questions.
Yeah, they are
censoring the hardest questions. So I don't get it. I really do not get this man and his decisions. It's mind-boggling to me that you have players that can play and win. I think he wants to go this route so he can lose, and when he loses, he gets paid $60 million, and he goes on and coach what is it called, as a smaller mid-table team, because right now he knows what to do. Everybody, he knows. He says he doesn't listen to a lot of social media and stuff, but at least if he doesn't, there are people in his family that do, and they come in and tell him, people are saying, why are you not doing this, why are you not doing that? He's just being stubborn for stubborn's sake. And I don't understand that. I really don't understand it. Aubameyang is a much better striker. No, under no circumstances you're gonna tell me that you know football. You are a coach of a caliber that actually is in charge of Chelsea. And on what evaluation? How do you evaluate players? And you want to tell me that Aubameyang, whom we pay in excess of £200,000 a week, to sit down every week, for this man who is Kai Havertz to come in and play as number 10 all the time? Why? And number 9 all the time. You cannot tell me that Aubameyang is a worse player than Kai Havertz.
No, I don't think so. I wanted to see Oba today, to be honest with you.
I mean, unless he's planning to bring him in the second half, if Aubameyang doesn't get at least 35, 40 minutes today, it will be a disaster to me.
Yeah, I heard the fact that you have Mr. Henry. I have to mute you so we don't hear you are feeding the baby or something. No problem. You can mute yourself when you're doing some stuff. You can jump anytime you want. You can cut me off if you have something to say. But I just muted you. You can unmute yourself if you want to speak, because we can hear everything at the background. Okay, so Aubameyang really, and I hate the fact that we have to. It's just like humiliation. 5 minutes to go and you bring Aubameyang. 3 minutes to go. You're bringing Aubameyang when the game is already gone. That's, for somebody like Oba, that's not fair. Not fair at all. It's crap, man. Crap. So today's game, Graham Potter need to win. But even if he wins, it's going to always be critics, and people already set their mind. They want him out. So no matter what's going to happen today, it's going to be out. But if he continues win today, win against Borussia Dortmund, win next week with whoever we're going to play, and then people are going to, they're going to say, it's okay. But the guy, majority of people online didn't want to even see him because he was replacing a popular guy like Thomas Tuchel. So naturally the hate is going to be to you. And then when you don't perform, and then they multiply the hate in hundreds, and then when you are English manager, okay, and then we multiply by 1,000. So the guy really can't win. He can't win. It's always a lose-lose situation. But you have at least to win. You have to win on the pitch. That's what we're asking for. So people, we're still here for 4 minutes, and then since we don't I will go in the other room, watch the game, but you're going to have everything on the screen, and then we're going to come back at halftime, analyze the first half, and then after the game also we're going to open the phone. But everything is going to be running, on the screen. Anyways, Henry,
it's sad to see that our Chelsea goal of the month was the only goal that we scored, which is from Joao Felix.
Yeah, they should have taken maybe the ladies' goal or something.
Exactly, they should have, because goal of the month is one of those, spectacular goals that you'll see, like the one that Kovacic scored against Liverpool. Like those are goals that you say, oh, this is goal of the month. But we didn't have any.
Yeah,
so the only one that we had to give it to Joao Felix, which is I think it's very shameful, honestly.
I would rather Henry. I would rather leak goals and score more than. I mean, he should put everything he has. We were talking about we were talking about goals a minute ago. A club could be going through all kinds of problems, right? If you score and you win, nobody even remembers them. Look,
Exactly.
2 weeks ago, Manchester United, everybody wanted the Glazers to be gone, right? Now Manchester United is winning trophies. Have you seen it in the headlines? No. The whole club revolves around those 11 men on the field performing and scoring goals. I don't care how many buildings you have, how big your stadium is, how invest. If you are winning, nobody thinks about any other problems.
And even the Glazers are reconsidering not selling the club because things are turning around.
They change their mind.
Exactly. And conversely, we spend a whole lot of money. We are doing all kinds of. I even had list past week that they are trying to redevelop the stadium. Nobody is paying attention to all of that because we are losing. The whole club revolves around these 11 men. So the one that is in charge of them should be very, very good. I do not believe that this man has the clout. I mean, he has the temerity or the temperament to be the coach of Chelsea. Even if he succeeds by winning sporadically here and there the next few matches, right? He is still not the guy. You could tell from the start he doesn't command that kind of respect from the players because he hasn't won anything. Even when it comes to developing, he doesn't know whether he's going with young players, his experience, and when he does the mixture, it doesn't gel. So
that is a good point. Before I forget, that is a good point. Like I was thinking that he's gonna develop those youngsters and give them enough playing time. It looks like it was just a purple patch somewhere, but. Yeah, we don't see anything.
I mean, look at what is happening to Brighton right now. They are scoring goals. They are doing very well. He was in a club where he could lose 6 games and nobody would say a word. He is now in Chelsea. He is being paid the amount of money, but he's treating us like he's still at Brighton. And that is unacceptable. You should, I don't want it to be about money all the time because that's not everything. But we should have a coach that really recognizes where he is. It's almost like being the president of a company and you don't have any idea what the company is about. And why should you be earning that amount of money? You should know what the company is about and go out there and perform. And if he doesn't perform, we should get somebody that will do it. I know he comes with a lot of baggage because right now, if you sack him, you are paying a lot of money, and the owners may not want to do that. And they want to stick with him. But at some point, you should cut your losses and admit that you were wrong. They were inexperienced when they make that decision, these leaders or owners, and they'll be forgiven for that. They can come out and explain it that way. We didn't know what we were doing, and now we want to. I would rather we are coachless. We don't have a coach, and we are mocking. We are experimenting left and right. Than to have this guy who sits there and says nothing and does nothing and still gets to be. He's one of the highest paid coach in the world. In the world, he's
guy.
He's behind 2 or 3 coaches.
You need to prove us why we're paying him that money, Mr. Victor, brother. Go watch with the family. Come back at halftime, and hopefully we're gonna be smiling.
Hopefully.
Therapy session. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put you everything here, comment and every good stuff. So you won't miss anything. Better comment than mine. And come back at halftime. Call us. The game is about to start. Please like, subscribe, share, and all the good stuff. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do because I have to pay attention what is happening on the pitch just to analyze at halftime. God bless you, my people, and keep watching. I'm not leaving. I'm still at the back room, but oh man, Chelsea, please don't let us down.
that's what Leeds will do. I think the wing-backs have got to come into play. Use the width of the pitch. Stretch their back four. Stretch their midfield. The closer you play inside, they want that. They want you inside. What they don't want is to stretch the pitch. Once you do that, can't get bodies in the box yourself. So it's a double-edged sword, right?
There goes Ayling back to Meslier. He'll put his foot through it first time and up to halfway, met by the head of Badia Shield. Just enough on that to get to Wesley Fofana, although he was under pressure from Ruter, and then Kovacic does well to win the ball in midfield. Brought down in the centre circle by Fernandes. He spins it out wide right for Raheem Sterling. Havertz wants it played into the penalty area early. It is, but it's too high for him. Volleyed away by Ayling, and then goes over the head of Aronson. And Loftus-Cheek will be able to get back on the ball.
Winning second balls, Elizabeth. Yep. You know, in that final third, high press, winning those second balls.
I think...
Got a free kick in a good position here now. Sterling foul, point to the penalty area, right-hand side. Heavy USA influence in this Leeds United team, Elizabeth. These are players that you're used to watching, your Aronsons, your Adams, your McKennies.
I know it's conflicting. Well, not really, because I'm a Chelsea fan, but I really admire the US men's national team's players, and I just know how strong they are. So I think if we can battle their midfielders, their strong presence, and we know how good Tyler Adams and Weston McKennie and Brendan Harrison are, we will really have a very good chance at winning this game.
So free kick, right-hand side, 2 minutes on the clock, Chelsea 0, Leeds United 0. Joao Felix and Ben Chilwell over the ball. It's going to be Felix who lifts it in. Meslier came, he got hands to it, managed to palm it away from danger. It wasn't particularly convincing. Koulibaly will let it go out for a throw, left-hand side, level with the edge of the penalty area. Chilwell's come across to take it. Leeds have barely been over halfway in the opening couple of minutes, but as we've seen plenty of times before, Elizabeth, Chelsea have often started games well but not got the goal. It's about keeping the foot on the accelerator now.
I think that we look good going forward in the opening couple of minutes. We're starting to create more, and like Jason was saying, using the width of the pitch to our advantage. And I really like this formation for us. I think it allows us to get more players forward, more bodies forward, more players into the box as well. And that was a brilliant ball by Felix, it seems.
Yeah, into Havertz inside the penalty area. He flicked it out of the box for Loftus-Cheek. He might have a go. Instead, he's moved it to the right, and Sterling pointed the penalty area up against Firpo. Sterling then takes it away from Aronson. Back in from Fernandes, looking for Felix, who was lining up the bicycle kick, but it was blocked from getting to him, and eventually it will roll harmlessly behind for a goal kick. Jason, you liking what you're seeing 4 minutes in?
Yes, I am liking what I'm seeing. Look, high up the pitch, taking the game to Leeds, and that's... We spoke about how 4 minutes in, right? So I'm not at the minute, I'm not concerned. But you get 44 minutes in, and it's 0-0. The crowd are starting to get restless. So defensively, Leeds are doing what I thought they'd do. They're packed in the middle of the park, force Chelsea wide, condense the space in the final third. All we've got to do is keep doing it quick. Move the ball quickly. That's how you disrupt a defensive line that sits deep. If you move, the slower you move the ball, the easier it is to shuffle across. Move the ball quick, 1 and 2 touch at the very most.
We'll keep you up to date with what's going on elsewhere. Plenty of Premier League action today. How about this for an early scoreline from the Emirates? Arsenal 0, Bournemouth 1. Philip Billing, after just a minute, has Bournemouth ahead. Here's Chilwell crossing into the penalty area for Havertz, so he almost got his head to it. In the end, Meslier was able to grab it. But, Elizabeth, that's just what we've been talking about, right? Getting Ben Chilwell in that position to cross the ball in.
And we know how good Ben Chilwell is from that left wing back position. It's a position that he won the Champions League playing. So I think Ben Chilwell puts really good balls into the box, and we just need to have somebody get on the end of them. It's going to be important for Havertz to kind of build up that awareness, maybe Joao Felix as well, to just run into the box.
Free kick for Leeds inside the centre circle, meanwhile, is taken quickly by Tyler Adams, too quickly for the referees like him. Michael Oliver was still having a discussion with Ben Chilwell about something, so they'll go again. Leeds come in here, having lost at Fulham on Tuesday night, that after beating Southampton in the Premier League last week. Here's Ayling, their captain, right-hand side, about halfway inside Chelsea's half, just about kept the ball in play there, then looked to feed it down the line for Somerville. This can be the problem, Jace, right? If you're in Leeds' position and you don't have much of the ball going forwards, you don't know what to do with it when you get there.
Yeah, that's when teams come, you can come with a strategy, and that's fine. And you can see their shape at the minute. it's a 4-4, 4-3, 4-2-1. But the problem they're going to have is once they get over that halfway line. But once you pin a side back, how brave are you from midfield to go and join? How comfortable and confident you feel you can break that system? We've got to just keep this pressure. It's a brilliant ball, by the way. That.
Out to Chilwell, left-hand side, picked up by Joao Felix, edge of the box. Two Leeds players collided with one another, but managed to take the ball from him. And then Ayling's giving it away to Kovacic, 25 yards out inside left position, across to Fernandez. Urged to shoot, instead he moves it out wide right to Loftus-Cheek, back from Sterling. He can put a first-time ball in. It's a nice ball as well toward Felix, who got some contact, but not enough to really work the goalkeeper. But again, Elizabeth, we're seeing the benefit of getting balls in early from wide areas and let the likes of Havertz and Felix attack them.
Yeah, and I think that Joao Felix is actually quite underrated with his head. He's quite tall. He's much taller than I expected him to be. But that's what we've been saying. Get some balls into the box and have the players make those runs into the box. And we've seen it a couple of times now. So hopefully one of the next couple of times it will come off.
Earlier today, Manchester City 2-0 winners against Newcastle. Bournemouth still leading at the Emirates by 1-0. Here we played for 7.5 minutes. It's 0-0. Fofana's just lost out though, and here's Ruter, dispossessed by Koulibaly. Really good tackle that. And now here's Fernandez. Fernandez has lost out though. A ball played through here for potentially an opportunity for Brendan Aronson, but a brilliant tackle from Koulibaly inside the penalty area puts it behind for the first corner of the game.
Yeah, a little stretched at the back for me. Unnecessarily, it was the Fofana bad touch that kind of caused these problems. The good thing to see is that with the recovery, how we got ourselves out of that situation, which, because we've got a back three, there's a nice narrow three centre-halves, short corner taken by Leeds.
Yeah, now a chance for a cross from the edge of the penalty area, flicked on by Ruter and over the bar and behind. Kepa not required to make a save. It is still 0-0 here, but Elizabeth, for the first time, Leeds showing a bit of attacking ambition in the game.
Yeah, and I think versus Fulham midweek in the FA Cup, they actually were a bit unlucky not to score. So it'll be interesting to see what they can pull off. But I'm feeling pretty confident with that defence. I feel that we have a lot of coverage there.
Here's Fofana back in from.
Just have a look now, Matt. The space that Chilwell's got here. They're playing a 4-3-2, right? But look at the space Ben's got out here. If we can move that now, I know once, okay, the pass has then gone in and they shuffle across and Alien's managed to get himself back. But do you know what? Ben has got so much. It's a corner.
Oh, that should have been a corner. Ayling and Chilwell doing battle at the dead ball line. Looked like it came off the Leeds man.
Once that ball, they're squeezing the pitch. They're condensing. They're trying to make the pitch smaller by doing it. Ben's got loads of space here. If the pass has got to be done instantly. The longer you take to pass across the back, they shove. You do that, you switch play, Ben's got acres over it.
Now that back three, by the way, Koulibaly is in the middle of it, I guess as you would expect as the most experienced member. Leeds playing out from the back up to Koulibaly on halfway, then Aronson gets in his way and the ball goes out of play for a Chelsea throw on halfway. Leeds thought that was going to go their way, but Michael Oliver indicated that it's a Chelsea ball and Ruben Loftus-Cheek has it in his hands. Seen him play right wing back on a number of occasions, particularly last season. Loftus-Cheek, that's where he's stationed again today. There's a touch for Kepa, hasn't had anything to do in the game yet. We are 10 minutes into it now, and Fofana can bring it up to halfway. Havertz making a little dart for him. Fofana hangs up to it.
And so Sterling's come a little bit deeper, and then Felix, he loves to go high. Felix actually, it's almost like a false nine we're playing at the moment. Felix actually has got in the box as much as it. There's that pass I'm talking about. There's the one.
Fofana
he's got space over it.
To Chilwell this time. He moved it back in field for Kovacic. Kovacic can drive forward here, trying to get away from Aronson. Teed it up for Chilwell. First time cross coming into the penalty area, blocked by Adams, and then Ayling and Chilwell together, but Chilwell got the last touch behind for a goal kick. Elizabeth, we were talking about keeping the fans on side. The atmosphere is pretty good at the moment, and it's that fixture, isn't it? It's always going to be in this kind of game, I suppose, but it's been a positive start from Chelsea.
It has been a positive start. I feel that we've gotten a couple of half chances at the moment, and like Jason was saying, if we can get Ben Chilwell, I think he could really be key because he's getting into very, very good areas.
Again, Leeds playing it out from the back. Bit of pressure from Havertz, but Koch was able to get it clear, and then Havertz manages to win a corner. He did really well there. Koch cleared it. It came off Havertz and then back off Koch and behind for a corner.
Do you know what that is? That's chasing a lost cause. He's not even second best to go and win that. And he gets to ricochet and listen to the crowd. All of a sudden you think that's something that was not available. He's closed down, made that himself. Chance.
Ben Chilwell getting a nice reception from the Leeds supporters. Chilwell with 2 hands in the air as he sends the delivery into the penalty area, and the header goes just over from Fofana, who attacked that brilliantly. He stole a march on the defenders, only 6 or 7 yards out from goal. It's a really good chance.
That was a very good opportunity, and I think that we're going to be looking to put those dangerous balls into the box.
Again, Leeds will look to play this out with Meslier with 2 defenders stationed either side of him, but he spotted it up as though he's going to smack this upfield instead.
Just look at Enzo's position right now. There is that press. There's a little bit of a trap. Cover dropped deeper, and Enzo's gone into that area, and it's like you're almost asking Meslier, do you want to play it? Do you feel brave enough? Do you want to play it from the back? And he didn't. He's gone long, and there's a head injury, it would appear.
I don't think this is a head injury, Jason. This is Luke Ayling going down after a collision with Felix off the ball, and I think he's trying to make out that Felix elbowed him. He did not. He just ran into the back of his elbow, and it caught him chest height, I think, rather than face height, but either way. VAR are not interested in any further examination of that. It is Darren England who's in charge of that. 13 minutes gone. Chelsea 0. Leeds United 0. The Blues have only scored once in the opening 15 minutes of a Premier League game all season. They haven't got long 12 to that statistic. Here goes Ruter down the right wing, trying to get away from Chilwell. Chilwell with a scissor action tackle, puts it behind for a goal kick. He's got to do his job defensively, Elizabeth, as well as going forward, of course.
Yeah, and I think he had given the ball away, if I'm not mistaken, but it's so important that he goes back and defends. And Ben Chilwell has shown time and time again what a strong defender he is, so it's brilliant to have him back.
Right, corner then will be taken by Brendan Aronson, who's putting his hand on his head, which makes a change from 2 arms in the air to signal what's about to come. Does that mean long? Does that mean short? We'll find out momentarily. He does have the option of cutting it back for Jack Harrison, who wants it, edge of the penalty area, but it's going to go indirect instead. A little touch on it from Havertz was key. Picked up by Junior Firpo, about 30 yards out, going out wide left, looking to take on Kovacic, who wasn't falling for it, and wins the ball easily in the tackle. Flicks it out to Felix. Felix trying to get away from his man. It's going to go out for a throw-in near halfway. Pretty well defended that, Jace.
Yes, and listen, it's amazing the modern game now how every player comes back to defend a set piece. When I played and beyond, you leave 1 or maybe 2 up top. What that does, it takes 3 out or 2 out. You can't leave 1v1. So it almost encourages the opposition to put bodies in the box. If you were to leave 4 up top, they have to leave 5, or they have to think about it. But yeah, defended well.
Here is Sterling, just dispossessed. And then a ball over the top, which is got away from Fofana. It is Aronson working the left channel. Fofana's back in position now. Chelsea got lots of bodies back, so it comes into midfield to Tyler Adams. He works it out back wide left. Ruter with his arm in the air, edge of the penalty area once it played his way. Eventually Fofana's able to win it back. He and Tyler Adams grappling for possession, all very scrappy in midfield, but Sterling emerges with the ball. And now Chelsea can break over halfway. He's fed it through to Havertz, and Havertz is one-on-one with Meslier. Can he beat him? Oh, he's hit it straight at the goalkeeper, who stood up big. It bounced off his chest and goes behind for a corner. That's the kind of chance that Chelsea have been getting and not taking.
I honestly thought that was a goal, and he had the pass on to Joao Felix as well, but those are the types of opportunities that you want to see from Chelsea. We're being dominant, we're winning those balls, so I really feel like it's just a matter of time. It feels like we're knocking on the door, and hopefully we can get that goal, hopefully.
That's a really good save, actually,
That's
looking at the replay. Save. He's flung his arm out.
The problem he's got, it's on his right foot as well.
Over comes the corner, though, headed away by Ruter back there. Defending, Sterling stopping the break. Kovacic dabs it up to the edge of the penalty area again, headed away as far as Ruter. Sterling's snapped into the challenge to win it back. Fernandez then looks to play it back. Yeah, he's got the bit between his teeth, hasn't he?
Yeah, started well.
Chelsea have 2, but it's 0-0, 16 minutes gone. Kovacic away from Aronson, then turns back, pirouettes away from his man. He's just over halfway, Kovacic. He's the captain today. by the way, with Thiago Silva and Azpilicueta not available, nor Reece James, who had the armband on at Tottenham after Silva went off last week. Now Badiashile works it left-hand side for Chilwell. Chilwell back to Badiashile on halfway, under pressure from Somerville, so he goes all the way back to Kepa. Kepa is halfway inside his own half of the field when he gives it up to Koulibaly.
We've got 5 across the front. Look at the front. So we've got it at the minute wide, high and wide, which is great. We've got 5. Raheem's just dropped a little deep.
Oh, lovely from Loftus-Cheek to get away from his man, put the cross in, which is cleared away behind for another corner from Wober. But this is the kind of front-footed performance from Chelsea, Elizabeth, that we've been waiting for.
Yeah, we're starting to see, like I said, a lot of opportunities. Chelsea at 3 corners already, and Felix is putting good balls in on these corners, so let's see if we can convert one of them.
Yeah, this one's from the far side, the right. 3rd of the game already for Chelsea. One arm in the air from the Portuguese. Into the near post it goes, cleared away before Loftus-Cheek could do anything with it by Jack Harrison, and now Leeds looking to break, but Sterling's able to prevent that and goes back to Kepa. Kepa again really far out of his goal. That's a tactic as well, isn't it, Jace, to try and get those attacks started quickly by having Kepa essentially playing centre-back?
Yeah, and you would have thought that Leeds' best approach right now is a counter-attack. In open play, building through the mid. I'm not sure that they're capable right now, so he has to look where he is right. He's literally in the middle. The call that we just took there, Matt. Honestly, there's nothing more infuriating. Missed the first man. I can't reiterate that enough. If you hit the first man, everyone going into that box leaves you vulnerable to that kind of counter-attack. It's almost fine. I would find something. You hit the first man on a corner, I think it's a fine.
There speaks the centre-half who did 90-yard runs up to get up for corners without reward plenty of times. Here's Chilwell left-hand side looking to cross, deflected off Tyler Adams and behind for another corner. We'll see what Felix can do with this one. Feels like Leeds are hanging on a bit at the moment, Elizabeth.
Yeah, it feels that Chelsea are knocking and knocking, but Leeds have been resolute so far, and I thought that was a really strong block by Tyler Adams, just knowing the position that he needs to get in as well.
It's going to be Chilwell from this near side, the left, to send this one over. Corner number 4 for Chelsea. 18.5 minutes on the clock. Outswinging delivery goes deep toward the far post. Felix is attacking it. Couldn't get any kind of proper connection. And then Fofana goes down under a challenge from Luke Ayling.
VR, look at this.
Michael Oliver
They will look
unmoved.
at this. They will look at this.
We can see it on one of the VAR monitors in front of us.
This could be close. The high bar, I don't think that VAR will get involved, but I have to say, this will be interesting.
Well, Kepa's just put the ball out of play, which means that now if there is to be a VAR intervention, the reason that he's put the ball out of play, I'm afraid to say, is because Fofana was hurt in the challenge, and Felix is also down as well. Get the opportunity to see it again. There's very little attempt to play the ball there from Ayling. Came in behind on Fofana, who'd stretched out his leg. Fofana is back up on his feet.
I don't think it's enough, but outside the box, I think you probably get a free kick for that.
What do you think, Elizabeth? Penalty? No penalty?
For me, I think it would be a soft penalty, so I can understand why it wasn't given.
Well, we'll take a soft penalty, but it doesn't look as though that is going to be the case. We're just waiting for play to get back underway now. Still 0-0. Brighton are leading West Ham by a goal to 0. Still 1-0 to Bournemouth against Arsenal. Goalless in the games between Villa and Palace and Wolves and Tottenham, and goalless here too with 20 minutes gone.
You see the high line. We've got 4 across the top. You got Ruben high wide on the right. You got Ben Chilwell high wide on the left, and in between you got Raheem, you got Felix and Kai. It's a 5 right across the top of the pitch. 4 if you want to include Enzo's just dropped deep. But we're looking to play that, to try and stretch their back line, but also if we want to go through the middle, try and create, because there's bodies in there. Nothing yet though of any real substance to talk about.
I think it's worth saying as well that Ben Chilwell has been calling for the ball quite a bit, and we haven't found him just yet, but you see him putting his arms up waiting for that switch of play.
Goalless for Chelsea in the ascendancy here, albeit just that one excellent save so far from Meslier. Here come Leeds, though, with Crescencio Somerville, the Dutchman, on the inside right channel, dispossessed by Chilwell, but then Chilwell tried to back heel, ended up giving it straight back to Somerville. Doesn't matter, Kovacic has won it. Here's Felix on halfway, inside left, now into the centre circle, plays it forward for Fernandes. There's space wide right for Sterling here, feeds it down the line for Sterling. Havertz wants it played his way, it's back for Felix instead. Oh, and he's rattled the crossbar. Terrific effort. Fernandes on the follow-up, sees his shot go just wide. What about that vision from Raheem Sterling, Elizabeth, to not play the obvious ball to Havertz, but to cut it back by Felix? Intelligent run from him, and he's a lick of paint away from making it 1-0.
That was brilliant, because we're up here and I didn't see that pass, and we have a very good view of the field. And how unlucky was Joao Felix? I feel like he's hit the bar post a couple of times in the past couple of matches, so I feel like if anybody's looking like scoring, it's him.
Terrific effort that, Jace, because it bounced up just before he took it. It's not an easy shot to take by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, and the fact that we are taking a few risks here today, the fact that we are committing a few more bodies forward, in particular wide areas, allows you to do that. Actually started with Felix. He played that ball in. It was an intelligent ball played inside. Once it goes out to Raheem's vision, a chance again, by the way.
Fernandes, after Havertz won it back. Fernandes tackled by Wobber. It was just about the right side of the law. Fernandes back up to his feet after initially having been clattered. Aaronson's got it now on halfway and gives it to Tyler Adams. Here's Junior Firpo, left-hand side for Leeds. Got a man out wide, who is Harrison. Harrison tight to the touchline, played it straight off Loftus-Cheek. Then Sterling looking to nick it away from McKennie. And the ball goes out of play for a Chelsea throw.
Yeah, kind of sums us up a little bit, that, you know, that...
Nearly but not quite moment.
There you go, there you go.
Midway point of the first half, 0-0. Chelsea asking all the questions. Felix has just rattled the woodwork with a terrific effort, and we're still waiting for the breakthrough goal. And here is Kalidou Koulibaly, and now Kovacic back in the side today after illness kept him out of the Tottenham game last week. Big responsibility, actually, Elizabeth, on Kovacic, isn't there? Because of what Jace was saying about, you know, going to essentially 5 up front at some points. It means Kova's going to get through a lot of work today.
Yeah, but you're seeing Kova drop into the defences because Ben Chilwell is so high up on the pitch, to drop in and fill those gaps. So he really needs to be aware of his positioning, because there could be a through ball in for Leeds if he's not in the right spot.
Chilwell again with acres of space here. Koulibaly's going to try and pick him out. He's made a run inside of Ayling. He's into the penalty area here. Chilwell, Ayling got something on it, and then the challenge came in from Koch. No appeal for a penalty that time. I think Koch just won the ball fairly and cleared it away.
The more I'm watching this game, the more I feel this left-hand side is going to be where we get through. Felix has just had a touch, has overtaken it, and then cover. But Ben has got loads of space on this left-hand side.
Here's Fernandes going for goal from 25 yards, straight down the throat to Meslier that time. Again, the pass was on.
Sorry, Matt. Yeah, again, it feels to me as if we're going to overload one side, or the left-hand side, Chile's out here, there's acres, and they're condensing the other side of the pitch.
Shield puts his foot in to knock it out for a throw. Ball goes to Graham Potter, who is pretty animated on the touchline, I think, Elizabeth, today.
Yep, he really looks invested in the match, much more animated than I've seen him in weeks past. But we know what Chelsea Leeds brings out, and I think he knows what a big match this is as well.
Mentioned he's got an excellent record against Leeds, unbeaten in all 5 as Brighton manager on 3 of those. Flick on from Rutter, meanwhile, looking for Aronson, but Koulibaly's got it inside left position, trying to turn away from Aronson. He nearly got himself in trouble. Kepa comes out and helps out, and then with a left-footed clearance sends it up toward Kai Havertz on halfway. Couldn't control it. Goes out of play for a Leeds throw. 0-0, 25 on the clock.
And we saw in the reverse fixture just how good Brendan Aronson is when pressing, and he forced the goal last time, so glad that it wasn't a repeat.
Here's Sterling trying to get away from Firpo at the other end. Firpo able to win the duel on that occasion, though. And Leeds trying to play it out, and they've ended up giving it straight to Havertz. Havertz 30 yards from goal, on for Fernandes, edge of the box. Now Felix just inside it, down the byline for Chilwell, but the pass has forced him to move back outside of the penalty area. Felix picks it up now, inside left position. Aronson having a go, but he got it through to Havertz. Koch eventually turning away and finding Crescencio Somerville, but it's all hands on deck for Leeds at the moment, and they're looking a bit careless in possession, Jay.
I have to say, he's such a lovely player, Felix, isn't he? the way he appreciates the ball and his vision, his awareness of other players around him and the movement. He's such a lovely player to watch. But you're right, they are on the back foot, but I mean, here's the question, we'll ask that, we're 26 in, there's still plenty of time. Has many of them worked enough? How many shots have we had? In danger, we've looked, again, this sums us up. In the final third, gets to the edge of the box, we look good. It's that final pass, the final selection of cross, pass, decision-making, shot. Hasn't quite been there yet, but encouraging signs.
Here's Fofana on halfway, right-hand side, slides it across for Koulibaly. Chilwell again's got the space left-hand side. Kovacic went short to Badiashile. Now Chilwell does get a touch, but he's closed down by Ayling. Plays it down the left channel. Havertz will have a run here against Koch. He's managed to win the ball as well. Under pressure now from Ayling, near the byline. Tried to whip over across. It's deflected away for a throw-in. Havertz touched the ball with his hand there. The Leeds fans thought that was on the pitch.
It looked like he touched the ball on the pitch.
I thought the same. I was like, that's risky business. I wouldn't be playing with that.
It's not basketball.
Chilwell takes the throw-in. He's got it back from Felix now. Trying to get away from Koch. Again, the ball goes out of play. This time, though, it is a throw-in for Leeds United. And Chilwell just walks away with the ball to stop Luke Ayling restarting play quickly. 0-0, approaching half an hour gone. Now we'd love a goal to take into half-time. Ayling, who is the nephew of former Chelsea player Ray Lewington, hoiking the ball up the line, flicked on up toward Ruter. Ruter hasn't really been able to get into the game so far. Patrick Bamford, by the way, not in the Leeds squad today, he's injured. Now Fofana driving forward, plays it to Sterling, back to goal, 30 yards out, inside right position, moves it out to Loftus-Cheek. Not seen too much of Loftus-Cheek so far. And now Fernandes gets involved, goes away from Aronson, plays it into the penalty area to nobody in particular, and it's through to Meslier. Do you want to see a bit more of Ruben Loftus-Cheek in this game, Elizabeth?
I think that in the past couple of games where we have seen him play at right wing back, he's been really positive. So if we can manage to get him on the ball more, we know what he's capable of going forward. And it's really interesting because he's playing kind of like a right wing back, but at the moment he's almost in midfield as well. So it's really a fluid formation.
Here's Koulibaly on the ball, finding Fofana. Fofana's first thought is to drive forward. He gives it to Kovacic under pressure from Aronson. Jace takes a big intake of breath.
No, I'm just thinking, looking at the clock. Just wonder whether there's a little bit of a feeling like we're not really doing enough. And the crowd, there's just a few dissenting voices around us. I just wonder whether we keep what we did. We keep their first touch keeps coming back inside and going backwards. I know if they sit deep and defend well, which they are, it's difficult to try and have that first touch. But I think being progressive, first touch, take you inside. Can you take you forward? There's a lot at the minute, because of the way they're set up, I don't think we're asking quite enough questions. I think right now, Gracia feels as though they've got a nice footing in the game. They feel very comfortable, and passes like that tell me that we're just becoming a little bit frustrated about what's in front of us. So we've just seen Cover play inside the centre circle. He's trying to find Chile, who's on the left. It's a straight pass. It's not that angled pass, so it's going to run out of play that side and gives Leeds a chance just to reset again.
Chance for Koch to bring it clear for Leeds now up to Somerville, right-hand side. Then Ayling plays a pass infield, and this might be as many passes as they've strung together consecutively in the game so far. Now it's left-hand side with Firpo, coming up to halfway, 0-0, half an hour gone. Now Tyler Adams, Ayling wants it right-hand side, he's got his arm in the air, they haven't spotted him yet. Still got space, Luke Ayling, eventually the ball comes to him. He's almost level with the edge of the penalty area. Cross comes into Ruter, he's touched it off for Aronson, who'll have a go, deflects off Koulibaly. That took the sting out of it, and easily grabbed by Kepa. And it remains 0-0. And this is the point where we'll say goodbye to Elizabeth. You've got to get back down pitch side for half-time. Solid debut. Haven't been able to bring us a goal, but we won't put that all on you.
That'd be very, very hard, by the way.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's been wonderful. I really appreciate it.
Our pleasure. More from Elizabeth to come as part of our matchday live coverage. Here's a ball played through to Chilwell. Chilwell can bring it down. Oh, he had a go first time, left-footed volley, about 12 yards out. Might well have been offside had it come to it. In the end, he dragged the shot a couple of feet wide. It's a difficult skill, that, Jace, but he felt he could take it on.
It is a difficult skill, and it's on his left foot, but you feel as though he should do better actually on the finish. He's gone with his laces, should go with perhaps his instep, but you may be right, it might have been offside.
Well, Chelsea asking the questions, but it is still goalless here. The Leeds have gone back to playing it out from the back. The ball's played out right-hand side for their captain, Luke Ayling. Infield from him and then swept forward up to halfway, looking for Ruta. Paddy Ashiel got there before him. Plays it into midfield, looking for Fernandez. His touch finds Kovacic. He's done well under pressure from Adams. But the ball has gone through to Wober. And then Koch will spin it with the outside of his boot to Firpo. Edge of the penalty area, left-hand side. Out to Jack Harrison, it goes from him. Harrison back facing his own goal. Chelsea trying to win the ball back quickly. They haven't been able to do it there. Weston McKennie got it and moved it forward for Adams, and now Leeds are on the break. And left-hand side is Brendan Aronson. He's got Ruter in the middle here. Aronson into the penalty area at the dead ball line, cuts it back. Oh, it's a decent opportunity there, but a foot in from Kovacic makes sure that it's just a corner.
Leeds growing into this game, Matt. We've reached the part. We've gone over halfway through the first half. And that confidence now, maybe Chelsea just coming up against a little bit of a stubborn defensive unit that are well coached, well organised, running out of ideas. I hate to use that phrase so early on in the game, but you're starting to see Leeds grow into this, and they're starting to commit more men forward, Matt, which on one side is a good thing, because if there's a transition possession.
Over comes the corner, headed away by Koulibaly inside the 6-yard box, but it's not out the penalty area yet. Ayling trying to bring it down for a volley, then Koulibaly did really well to find Sterling. Break on here maybe. Felix playing a good ball towards Sterling, his second favourite to get there ahead of Firpo, and Firpo beats him to it and works it back to Meslier, who first time puts his foot through the ball, launches it up to halfway. Arsenal still losing at home to Bournemouth. Villa are now 1-0 up against Palace, a Joachim Andersen own goal. Brighton lead West Ham by a 1-0, and it's goalless between Wolves and Spurs as it is here. Fernandez.
Sorry, Matt. We're coming up against. There's space out here for Ruben on the right side. Which
he cut back in field there. You want him to go and beat the man and get the crossing.
It's been a feature. And the way they're set up as well. They want you to come back inside. What they don't want is your first touch to be out and high and wide. They want you to have that first touch, because once you do, you're playing. You're passing back into traffic where they're very comfortable. Here he is again, Ruben. Can you go on the outside?
Up against Firpo. He played it infield to Sterling rather than taking on his man. Maybe that's a midfielder playing at wing-back. Then there's a really poor challenge by Wesley Fofana, which is going to see him get a yellow card. Side down Somerville, just inside his own half of the field. It was one of those where he felt he had to take it for the team, I think, albeit Somerville was inside his own half of the field.
Yeah, it's a poor challenge. It's a poor challenge. He's committed himself. He's made it easy for Somerville, and he's come inside. Once you commit yourself, once your body shape is wrong and you throw a leg out, you know what you're doing. You're bringing him down. You're going to get a yellow card, and maybe a bit of frustration creeping in. We spoke before the game, Matt, about a high intense start, which actually I wasn't disappointed at all with what I saw.
Here's Ruter nipping it through the legs of Fofana.
I wasn't disappointed at all with what I saw with our start, but it's not really developed into anything. It's now, in all honesty, I'm watching a 50-50 match. Last 5. I'm not what Chelsea, I would say, for the opening half an hour, maybe 27. I felt that we were on top. Not saying that we were muscling our way through and parts of the game. I would say, actually, Leeds are creeping back into this game, and I think if it's 10 to half-time, I think Grazia's half-time team talk is going to be much easier than Graham Potter's.
We've got a hold-up in play here, because Leeds have a man down. It's Tyler Adams who tangled with Fernandez. He's back up and he's okay. It's going to be actually a Chelsea free kick, which Fofana rolls across to Koulibaly, halfway inside his own half, out to Kovacic. 36 minutes gone, 0-0. Now Felix got it back to goal on halfway, clipped to pass, looking right-hand side. but it was intercepted before it could reach its intended destination. And now Ruter has it inside right, flicks it out to the wing to Ayling, level with the edge of the penalty area, plays the ball infield for Somerville. Somerville up against Koulibaly. Koulibaly fouls him. Free kick in a good position.
That's not good
here.
enough, Matt. That's not good enough. We got players defensively. No one reacts to the first pass.
And free kick on the edge
He
of the
should
box.
not be allowed to do that. And then Koulibaly goes in. That as soon as that pass goes in, there's got to be a player committing.
No booking for Koulibaly.
It's a poor challenge from Koulibaly.
Free kick, maybe a yard two outside the penalty area, inside right position. Looks like Jack Harrison's going to be the player to take this, just in conversation with Weston McKennie. Chelsea lining up a four-man wall. Havertz, Loftus-Cheek, Badiashile and Chilwell in it. Kepa just getting them in the position that he wants. Consultation going on between the Leeds players as to what's going to happen here. Good opportunity for Leeds to test Kepa. Chelsea have had 7 shots at goal, but only 2 have been on target. Leeds just 1 effort on target so far. Here comes Harrison's free kick, and it goes harmlessly over the crossbar and behind.
Yeah, we've got enough bodies back. The problem you've got on that particular occasion is that everyone retreats, covering space. The ball is the most important thing. Yes, you can mark space and condense space and cover, but actually, you've got to, the ball, close the ball, and in the end, maybe I've been a bit harsh on Koulibaly there. He's come out, he's the one. I felt that we, as a unit, needed to react quicker to the pass before the pass. That's nice though from Chilwell to Felix.
All down the line to Felix, but he was out-muscled by Ayling, and he tosses his arms up in the air in frustration. Now Badiashile, left-hand side over halfway. Got to be careful he doesn't run it out of play. In the end, he ended up giving it to Koch, and then Somerville finds Aronson right-hand side. Back with Somerville again now. 7 minutes of the first half to go. 0-0. Leeds very firmly in this game now as an attacking force as well as a defensive one.
The best side right now, Matt. The best side, moving it, closing down much quicker. There's a lot of invention, bit of creativity. The confidence you can see is flowing through Leeds right now. And this was part of my fear, getting to this stage of the first half with no goal.
The ball's just been played out of play by Loftus-Cheek, I think, for a throw-in on halfway to Leeds. It was a simple pass, so it should have been. There's McKennie, though, for Leeds. And now back with Wober, finding Koch. Koch will bring it up to halfway. Offloads it to Ayling. Both Javi Gracia and Graham Potter have spent the entire first half on the edge of their technical areas.
We're starting to look a little bit ragged, Matt. You know, the closing down, that high intensity. There's no evidence right now. We're playing a 3. Actually, it's a 5 right now. You can see the 5 at the back. And what we've got to do now, Felix is 6. We're playing 6 across the back.
Here come Leeds over halfway with Koch. Looking for Ruter, he took it into his stride nicely, but it's good defending from Koulibaly to take the ball off him.
We can't be playing a 6 across the back at home.
Chilwell eventually smacks it long up toward Havertz, over his head though, and Wober will be able to work it back to Meslier. It feels like a key moment, that Havertz chance that Meslier made the save from.
Yes, it does, but I think the next 5 minutes, Matt, are massive in this game, because look at Felix now, right? Look where he is. Look at our back line. Look at our back 5. Felix is now dropping in as a wing back, and Raheem is now starting to. So now you do the maths. All you've got is 3 other players trying to close the ball down. We can't get near it. We can't get near it. We're too deep. We're too deep. We've got to move up as a unit. Press high. Felix should be squeezing out on this right side now.
Graham Potter just motioned as much to Felix. There is Meslier with the ball at his feet, clips on out right-hand side to Ayling.
Leeds are on easy street right now. They're on easy street. This is too easy.
Somerville gets a little nudge in the back from Felix. There's going to be a free kick, 10 yards over halfway, right-hand side. Still goalless, but Leeds in the ascendancy. They had equalled a club record of 10 Premier League games without a win before they beat Southampton last week. They ditched Jesse Marsh, who had a pretty poor record. He only won 8 of 32 Premier League games. Gracia, many felt harshly dismissed by Watford in his most recent venture into English football. Here's his replacement. Here is Ruter, level with the edge of the box, right-hand side, plays the ball, which Badiashile can let run out of play for a goal kick.
So Leeds have grown into this game. Leeds are growing into it now, and they're starting to assert their authority. There's 4 till half-time, big 4 minutes. What the issue I have at the moment is out possession. We're sitting too deep as a unit. I think we need to be high at the pitch, but there's no intensity, closing the ball down. Leeds are happy with this. Now they've set back into their shape, 4-4-2 or 4-4-1, whatever you want to call it. And now, because their shape is set, now we're passing the ball around, we're moving it back to front, back and sideways. No real penetration. That's what we're really lacking. And this game now, the way the pattern has gone, Matt, last 10-15 minutes, it's a bit concerning, if I'm honest.
Lovely ball from Badiashile, though, out to Loftus-Cheek, right-hand side. Back to Sterling, pointing the penalty area. Sterling looking to take on Firpo, stops and checks just inside the box he is now. Then he goes back outside. He's looking for somebody to pass it to. Eventually clips a left-footed ball into the penalty area, looking for Felix, but Ayling got his head to it and nodded it back to Meslier. 0-0. Less than 3 minutes of the first 45 to go. Chelsea started the game really well. They've just run out of ideas, really, since that Felix effort, which came back off the crossbar.
Yeah, and combined with that, Matt, is that Leeds start to grow. You know, we've seen that. Listen, it's a good time to play Chelsea. And you if I'm a Leeds fan right now, I'm thinking we can win this. That's what I'm thinking right now. We can win this.
Here's Harrison, left-hand side. Loftus-Cheek wins it off him. Good tackle that. Now Sterling can get Chelsea moving forward. Havertz ahead of him, Felix rather too. Couldn't get the ball over the head of Ayling to find Felix. And Koch will be able to bring it forward. Javi Gracia is going crackers in front of it. He's almost playing right wing at the moment. Here is Ruter. Ruter sliding a through ball through for Aronson. Koulibaly's got to get something on this. He did to force Aronson wide. Aronson at the dead ball line looking for some support. Plays it across the face of the 6-yard box. Cleared away by Loftus-Cheek. Koulibaly did just enough.
Boy, did we get lucky there. Koulibaly, brilliant piece of defending. But my gosh, how can we be left in that situation? And that's the way this first half has gone. It's a pendulum. It started in our direction. It's gone to Leeds.
Chilwell swings one into the penalty area, but Meslier can pluck that from the sky before it reaches Havertz. Almost looking for half-time now, just to try and wrestle back control of the game. Anthony Barry's right out there with Graham Potter, giving his 2 pence.
He does so well, Koulibaly, but how can he be defending like that stretching, last-ditch challenges? It's a brilliant piece of defending, actually. He's come in for a little bit of criticism, I think some fair, some unfairly, but on that occasion. But it's last-ditch, it's sliding it back. Now, Leeds now, they're going to go into half-time, they're happier, not just because of the way the half's gone, but the way the second half of this first half has gone. They're dominating the possession. We're walking, Matt. No one's closing the ball down. Covers are jogging. Players are jogging around.
And Leeds are working their way up to the edge of the Chelsea penalty area. Ruter couldn't bring it under control. Cleared away by Fernandes up to halfway, but immediately onto the boot of Junior Firpo. And now Adams has it. And here is Koch inside the centre circle. Forward to Somerville, who was able to drift away from his man easily and beat Kovacic to the ball. Nice little flick back to him from Aronson. Somerville going away from Koulibaly. Somebody's got to get a tackle in here. Nobody has yet. Played out to Harrison across the face of goal. Luckily, Kepa was able to get there before Ruter could tap it in.
Warning signs. There's red flags all over this pitch for me at the moment.
We go into 1 minute of additional time at the end of the first half with Chilwell on the attack for Chelsea, but Adams forcing him to check and turn back.
Yeah, red flags, Matt. We're not a unit at the moment. Leeds now growing into this game, the better side. Better side right now.
Here's Sterling, right-hand side, up against Firpo. Sterling's managed to beat him into the penalty area. 3 defenders in his way, so he goes back to Fernandes. Fernandes then puts one left-footed in. Poor ball, cleared away by Koch as far as Koulibaly. Back with Fernandes again, 30 yards out, floats one in toward Felix. Meslier came out and got a punch to it, and then Somerville cleared it away. And there was an offside in there anyway. Some people think it's half-time, but it's just a free kick for Leeds. Some of the players thought it was half-time as well. Chelsea got Aubameyang, Mudryk, Zakaria, Ziyech, Gallagher, Chukwuemeka, Madueke, all as potential game changers available.
Yeah, you can bring who you want on, Matt, right now. I don't care. You can bring another 3 players on what I'm watching. There's parts of how you play a game of football that are missing, and that intensity, that desire. At the moment, it's waned. Started first half, happy with what I saw first 15-20 minutes, Matt. Really happy. But as the game has gone on, you've seen Leeds growing confidence and Chelsea start to that confidence to evaporate. Lack of ideas, lack of real, genuine use of the width. We spoke before the game about having the high and wide wing backs. Really haven't dominated those areas. Leeds are comfortable. This is.
So what's the way to change it then? If it's not personnel,
do you know what? Right, so right now, I think there needs to be. It's got to come from within, from the players. It's got to come from within, from the manager. We're passive. We're passive. You can do a lot by closing down. We spoke before the game about maybe going for a bit of a rash challenge, maybe squeezing the pitch, maybe that high intensity. Even though it's a little small victory you might have, you might get a throw in, or might go out for them, but high up the pitch, you squeeze them in. The drop off in what I hoped I would see, in what I was encouraged by what I saw in the first 10-15, it's ebbing away, Matt. It's now turning into players jogging. We're playing. You've seen it. You've seen Felix drop back into that back area. He's more worried about the fullback, and they're playing a 4, Ayling, than he is worried about taking him the other way. So you squeeze the ball, you can actually take Ayling that way by squeezing the ball, by squeezing the pitch. There's no evidence. And we've had a chance. The best chance of the game has gone to Havertz. And this is where we were playing that high intensity. We're squeezing the players up the pitch. We're retreating. We're looking very, very low on confidence right now. Understandably, but only the players can change it.
And Graham Potter, I guess, and this is where he's going to earn his money, right? The next 15 minutes are important ones for him, and to show that he can put that verve back into the team that we saw in the first 20-25 minutes of the game.
Now, we've not scored it since the 15th of January. Right now, I don't see anything that's changing that.
Well, we shall see what happens in the second half. I'll run you through what's happening elsewhere in the Premier League. Manchester City lead Newcastle United, beat Newcastle United by 2-0, I should say, in the early kickoff. Still 1-0 to Bournemouth at the Emirates against Arsenal. What an incredible result that would be if they could hold on. Elsewhere, Aston Villa leading Crystal Palace by 1-0. That was an own goal. Brighton are 1-0 up on West Ham, and it is 0-0 between Wolves and Tottenham Hotspur. There's a late game in the Premier League as well. Southampton against Leicester. Tomorrow it's Forest against Everton, and Liverpool against Manchester United. Here, though, we are hoping that Chelsea are going to be able to find the breakthrough in the second half. Joao Felix hit the crossbar. Kai Havertz had one brilliantly saved by Illan Meslier. And as the game went on, Leeds grew as an attacking force into it. So still no nearer to find out who's going to take the 3 points, if anybody. Second half coming up. First, though, the women's team are in the Conti Cup final tomorrow. Last weekend, they knocked out Arsenal of the FA Cup. The team they play in tomorrow's showpiece will show you the best bits of the FA Cup tie, and then hear from Emma Hayes, and then we'll be back with the second half.
It's a great ball, that, from Catley. Frida Marnham's onside here. Tight angle, decent effort. Strong hand from Berger. First nearly moment of this game. What a pass that is. Eriksson and Marnham onside. That was on target. Still going along again. It might work out for Blackstenius here. Great chance, and she's blown it. Did all the good work to outmuscle Magda Eriksson and couldn't make the most of it. Baltic just beaten to it by Jankovic. Now Lauren James. Went on a run like this the other day and scored. She's found Ingle here. Who's found the goal? First blood, Chelsea. Sophie Ingle. First domestic goal for a couple of years, and it's a big one. This is becoming the Lauren James trademark, this drifting in off the right like that. In off the post, unsavable. Well, that was super risky. And Kerr has cut it out. Here's the chance for two. Big chance. And Jankovic has missed it. Big stop this from Zinsberger. Big relief for Arsenal. 2-0 before half-time. They're being big bother. Dennis, that's a good take. It's a foul by Charles, but kept on going there. Caitlin Ford and Marnham. It's a great move, this. Katie McCabe, and the follow-up is headed clear by Eriksson. And Caitlin Ford was in there again. Bit of a charmed life here, but that's brilliant from Berger, isn't it? Strong from James, really strong. Jankovic sliding it through. No flag here. Sam Kerr, 2-0. Deadly finish in a game of big missed chances. And that is the comfort zone the Blues craved. It's Sam Kerr against Arsenal again. Catley. Ford was strong. Too strong for Perisane, still going, might go all the way. How's that stayed out? Ricochet off Eriksson and Berger. Well, it's been a cracking game this, and Arsenal will be wondering how they've not scored. And here's another example of that. That could have gone anywhere.
Hi Emma. Hey. I know it was a difficult week the other week with all the internationals coming back. How's this week been, and team news, please?
Well, I don't have to deal with whether they're going to be back or not. They're back. Team news is same number of players available this week that we had last week.
Over 20,000 at Selhurst. That's usually to be expected now, isn't it? But I mean, you expected a large contingent to be Chelsea fans?
I haven't got a clue, to be honest. I just know that we like playing in front of the crowd, and just looking forward to competing for one of the first available trophies this year.
It could be a historic season, couldn't it? I mean, we say it every year to you, but it could be historic, couldn't it, this year, with the amount of trophies?
Do you know, I don't think about it. It's you do. You talk about it, which is fair enough. I just think about getting through the training week, and preparing the players best as possible. It's felt a lot easier this week to do that because I've had everybody there, so we've been able to get everybody fresh and recovered, and I thought they trained smart today, the players. I thought took on the tactical detail without disrupting too much of the flow. I thought it was a solid session today from the group.
What's it like playing a side you know so well in succession? Do you think about the last game, or do you just tell the players, no, forget it now, this is a totally different game, totally different atmosphere Sunday? How do you approach it?
I think it's probably the same question you'd ask anybody who does any performance. Like, if you ask someone who's, I don't know, going on stage and they're having to produce the same performance every night, of course the script almost looks the same. The reality is that person will notice some differences in their performances or make some changes or adaptations. It's the same for us. Yes, we know the opponent, but football is fluid in the sense that both teams always are making little adjustments here and there, and then you have to keep adapting to that. So I just know from our perspective, we've had a long time to keep working on ourselves. We just have to make the tweaks as and when the game starts and adapt like that.
And what's training like, the final training sessions before a final? Less meaty challenges? What are they like? Or the butterflies?
No, they are the worst training sessions because it's hack central, and the officiating is horrific. on a match day -1. It's Herman the German tomorrow, and our girls know what that is. It's my worst nightmare. It's their favourite activity, and we'll have a lot of fun at training tomorrow. I'm certain of that.
What this club can be proud of as well is the collective between the men's and the women's team that's been around for so many years now. Do you and the squad feel maybe an extra sense of responsibility or even pride, given the men's side are struggling at the moment?
Listen, we feel pride all of the time representing the badge, and that is regardless of anything else. Like, when we put the shirt on, we know we're representing an entire community. That's not just indicative of one team or one section of fans. What we do every week is pride ourselves on the highest standard, no matter the game, no matter the situation, and that'll be no different this week.
Medal cabinet at home, do you need to maybe get another one, the amount of cup finals you're in?
I don't own a medal cabinet, no. So that, you know, that wouldn't last too long with my son in the house. And as far as I'm concerned, winning is about the people and the memories that you create from that. And while it probably, you know, would be the right idea to get a medal cabinet, I'm more interested in making more memories.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Great to hear from Emma. Jason, it's a cup final for the women's team again tomorrow. It feels like they're always in the Conti Cup final. They are a relentless winning machine, and that is that's the Chelsea DNA, isn't it? She embodies that, Emma and her team embody that as well. They are ruthless winners, and there are lessons to be taken from them.
Yeah, look, she's doing her job. That's what she's paid to do, and she's doing it very, very well. That kind of makes it in some ways harder for Graham, because, you know, you look across the training ground and you're seeing the women doing what they're doing, and at the moment that's not what we're seeing at this side. And the same changes have happened at Chelsea Football Club, whether it be a men's team, the women's team, or the youth team, or the academy, whatever. And she's managed, but there's continuity there, right, as well. So she's been there a long time, and we know how good she is, and we know what she's got under the bonnet, and there's a belief. There's been more change on the men's side, but that aside, that second half performance the second half of the first half performance, the drop off, Matt. Yeah, you and I and Clive and one or two others were just discussing about how actually we started the game well. There was an intensity. I was encouraged. I liked what I saw. Then you see there's a bit of confidence that starts to drain, and when that happens, the opposition sense that, they smell blood, they fed. There is a sense in the game, mate. You can commentate on the game, watch it. You know, you sense, like there's a sixth sense about how the game's going, and that challenge by Koulibaly there. That's a good last-ditch tackle, but you don't want to be doing that. You know, that's. If I had right now, I think the most likely goal scorers in this game that I'm seeing, and the way the game first half ended, is Leeds, not Chelsea right now. And that's got to change. What we've got to do now, so there's a reset at half-time, you reset. Come on, out we go. Give the crowd something. And again, I have to say, Matt, we've experienced a lot in the last 20 years. And before that, we were a side that were winning things in the 90s. And before that, obviously, there was a lot of hard times. But right now, I think the fans have been brilliant about the way that with no dissent, not many dissenting voices, not many here. But we haven't scored since the 15th of January, and I can't see where the goal's coming from, man. I know, listen, the best chance of the game fell to Havertz, right? It's on his right foot. If it's on his left foot, I think he puts it through it. I think he strikes that laces, drills it. It's a little bit of a... He's gone safe, and you get that when he's on his slightly weaker foot. But let me tell you, these first 10-15 minutes of this second half, absolutely crucial that we get that crowd back on side again. High intensity, closing down, squeezing the pitch, forcing errors. Don't allow it to be comfortable the way the first half ended.
Chelsea are back out for the second half, and I can tell you there's not going to be any changes because the same 11 who started the game are out there now. So that is Kepa in goal, Fofana on a yellow card, Koulibaly and Badiashile at the back, Chilwell and Loftus-Cheek at the wing-backs, Fernandes and Kovacic in midfield with Sterling, Havertz and Felix, your front three. The Leeds players keeping Chelsea waiting for a little bit, but here they come now, ready for the second half. Remember, they've only won once away from home all season. In fact, they've only won 3 of their last 21 Premier League games, home and away, and they have failed to score in 4 of their last 6 in the league, as well as just down the road at Fulham on Tuesday night. No changes either by Leeds, so they have Meslier in goal, back for Ayling, Koch, Wöber and Firpo, then Adams and McKennie, the holding midfielders, Somerville, Aronson and Harrison, with Rutter the central striker. Should Graham Potter wish to make a change, he can call upon Bettinelli, Aubameyang, Chalobah, Mudryk, Zakaria, Ziyech, Gallagher, Chukwuemeka and or Madueke. Leeds replacements: Joel, the goalkeeper, Roca, Giabi, Strike, Fernandes, Christensen, Nonto, Greenwood and Gray. We are underway. Chelsea going toward the Matthew Harding stand in the second half.
Just look at the front line. Felix has gone down the middle with Sterling, and Kai has come out to that right-hand side. We've seen that this first half. We saw actually the lads playing higher, but it was sometimes a 5 across the top, which is high risk. But you've got bodies up there. What you want to try and do is link the back line, and you need someone to be the brave player that can sit in there. That number 10, Felix has got in there now. There he is, there, right on cue.
Yeah, he picked up the ball in the pocket of space, kept it away from 2 and then pushed it out right-hand side for Loftus-Cheek, dabbed it down on his chest to Sterling. Sterling back to goal, halfway inside Leeds half, goes back to Fofana. Fofana into Felix, lovely drop of the shoulder, but then he played it off McKennie, went to ground, no free kick. Kovacic can snap in and win it back. Havertz gets a touch, and Kovacic takes over. Kovacic offloads it to Felix, edge of the penalty area. Now Sterling inside the box, can he find room for a shot? Not yet, 2 defenders in his way. Loftus-Cheek takes over, and then Sterling gets the shot in, and it slices wide of the post. Difficult one as he was falling down to try and steer it on target, wasn't able to do so.
But Matt, you can see we've got 3 players at the back. Every other outfield player is high up the pitch, causing chaos. That's better, much better. Felix is the one. If anything's going to come in this game today, you do sense that Felix is going to have his fingerprints all over it. In the end, the ball goes down that right-hand side. Good to see Ruben playing higher wide. He was penned back for a lot of the second half of the first half. In the end, they got numbers back, but it feels like an open game now. It feels what we want. We want Leeds actually to come out like they've just done.
Nadia Shield got lucky there, played it straight to a Leeds player, but it bounced off his head, and Fernandes was able to work it to Loftus-Cheek down the line for Sterling, second favourite to win the ball. Wöber came across and took it. Now Firpo's got it inside his own penalty area, turning away from Havertz, and back to Koch, who spins one out to Firpo.
Yeah, you don't want that to be easy, but well played for Fofana, read the pass.
Dispossessed, but the ball has broken kindly off Rutter for Felix. Chilwell's got space left-hand side again here. It's in the middle with Felix for now.
Yeah, he seems, Matt, to have more space than Ruben does, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he's got the ball now. Ayling's come across to close him down, slides in, puts it out for a throw-in right by the corner flag. 2.5 gone second half, 0-0.
Yeah, and look, and do that. Look, if you keep going centrally, what you'll end up doing is that they start to gravitate. You'll see Ayling start to cheat a little bit, come in, because he knows that ball's not good. What you want to do, keep him honest. Keep that, threaten that pass, make him think where's Chilwell, make him look over his shoulder. Even if it's 3 or 4 yards, that might be the 3 or 4 yards that allows maybe Havertz or Sterling to get into.
Kovacic lays it off for Fernandes. Now here's Koulibaly on for Fofana. Space right-hand side for Loftus-Cheek this time. Loftus-Cheek gets it into his feet, goes back to Fofana on halfway. He's turning away from Rutter. Fofana into Kovacic inside the centre circle. He'll give it short left-hand side to Badiashile. Had started 5 Premier League games in a row before last week.
John, Felix is working so hard across that back line, and we can't quite find him. I think we've got to look for him. Don't become predictable, but is Felix on? My first instinct's out there. Can you find his feet?
Here's Sterling, inside right position. Got Loftus-Cheek level with the edge of the penalty area near the byline. Goes back to Fofana.
Yeah, familiar story. So yes, he's high and wide, but they're organised actually, and Leeds force you back inside and back to where you really don't want to go, but you're forced back into a deeper area.
Kovacic will find Sterling near the edge of the box, inside right, goes backward, which some don't like inside the stadium. Fofana's got it right-hand side now. He can cross, played it to the edge of the box, and Havertz touched off for Fernandes, who couldn't control, and the move breaks down, and Ruter can bring it away for Leeds, or he should have done, but Fofana got his foot to it, but it ran kindly for Weston McKennie, and now Ayling. Ayling will smack one forward up and over halfway, but it'll be met by Badiashile. Has he got enough on that? Not quite. Somerville got a touch, but Chilwell did well to win it back.
Yeah, he does well there, Chile, because actually, that you're right, it's not easy. The ball bounces up for Badiashile. It's one of those that's thigh high, but chance here for Sterling.
Oh, lovely turn from Sterling after a good ball from Felix. Sterling goes down edge of the box, wins a free kick in exactly the same position that Leeds had a free kick at the end of the first half. Michael Oliver has gone to his pocket. I'm not sure if it's for his spray can or to show a card. It doesn't look like it's going to be a booking.
Yeah, it's a foul. Sterling does very well because he reads the challenge coming in, leaves his left foot in there, and then feels the contact goes. It's a foul. Actually, it is a dangerous area. It's on the right-hand side of Matthew Harding end as you look at the goal. And it's going to favour a left footer. Havertz is over it. There's no Ziyech, of course. He's on the bench.
Yeah, it's Marcus Alonso territory, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Also, Enzo's looking at that David Beckham at White Hart Lane free kick.
Yeah, Enzo with the right, maybe. He, Chilwell and Havertz on their
haunches. Now you bend it across
discussion.
to the opposite side of the goal. That's potentially what he's thinking, maybe. Chile's over it. Chile has lost interest.
So it's Fernandes to bend it like Beckham, or the left foot of Havertz. Four-man wall with the draft excluded behind it. Two Chelsea players in front of the wall as well. Fernandes taking his time. Two-step run-up, goes for goal, gets it over the crossbar. Meslier not required to make a save. That was fairly predictable.
Yeah, as soon as he left his foot. There's too much on it. In the end, it goes high, wide and handsome. And Leeds now, Mellier's been asked, do you want to play it short? He's saying no, he's gone long for the goal kick.
He's played it straight out of play on halfway right-hand side. Well, the pattern is not too dissimilar to that we saw in the opening 10 minutes of the first half.
No, it's not, but I'm already looking at the bench, Matt. I'm already looking at how can this game change? What are we looking for? I actually think the shape of the team is what should stay. I wouldn't change the shape. I know he's done that in the past.
Chilwell down the line for Felix, left-hand side. Touch there off Adams behind for a corner.
Asking questions, running deep, stretching their back line, their back four. Felix has since he joined, Matt, he's been our best player by some distance, and I know it's not the time to have that conversation, but it wouldn't surprise me if he actually picks up player of the season.
Left-hand side the corner, which Chilwell will take. Felix and Loftus-Cheek inside the 6-yard box. Out-swinging delivery. Fofana attacking it and scoring! And Chelsea take the lead. A massive, massive goal from Wesley Fofana. He rose highest to greet it 6 yards out, and the header looped over Meslier, and it's Chelsea 1, Leeds United 0, and you can feel the relief inside this stadium.
Oh my God! Can you just... How important is this goal? And it comes from a set piece. Fofana arrives. In the end, it's a simple goal. You think about all that we've watched in this first, in the opening 40-something minutes, and it's a simple goal. It's an out-swinger. Fofana beats it. 1-0 into the 6-yard box. Unchallenged. It's one of the simplest goals you'll ever see.
It's terrible defending from Leeds, but who could care less about that?
Exactly that. I don't think Fofana
Mellier's got to get that as well, hasn't it? Straight at him.
I don't think Fofana can realise that he's had a free header where he is. It is straight down the middle. I don't know. I couldn't care less either with a Meslier feels he can save it, but my God, did we need that? Now the intensity. Ramp it up again. We got the lead. Close down. Snap it to tackles.
Wesley Fofana's second Chelsea goal. He's had an injury-interrupted start to his Blues career, but that is a goal which could be hugely significant. And Chelsea lead by 1-0.
Oh, I mean, what a massive moment! And I'm going to say this year, massive, that's a huge moment. You know, I come here thinking today, where's the next goal coming from? Well, it's come from an unlikely source. It's the centre half and a set piece. Of course, we know how important set pieces are in the modern game. Of course they are. And it's so simple.
Koulibaly, meanwhile, puts his foot in to win it. Ayling's got it inside his own half, plays it up to halfway, and Weston McKennie, who can turn now to hold what we have, a 1-0 lead. Foul by Havertz.
And also capitalise on that, because things have been so difficult, Matt. What we don't want to do now is get into a mindset we start protecting that lead. And at 54 minutes on the clock, that's not what we should be doing. I get if it was at 84, we say, OK, do we need to go and get the second goal? The game now should be won. There's plenty of time for us to get the second goal and almost kill it, almost kill the game.
Reminder, Leeds have failed to score in 4 of their last 6 Premier League games. Can Chelsea pick up 3 points here and make it just a 3rd win in 16 ahead of a huge week for the club? Dortmund come here on Tuesday night, but all we care about for the next 35 minutes is keeping Leeds United at bay as Ruter gets fouled on halfway by Badiashile. Ruter has been hurt in that challenge.
So now what we've got to consider is that Leeds' mindset is going to be, all right, I think Javi Gracia will be quite happy with the first half. In fact, other than the goal, I think he'll be quite satisfied. Their mindset now has got to change. They have to be braver. They're going to have to, which does one of 2 things. Yes, it'll cause us more problems because they have to be braver. But what it also will do, allow us, maybe, if they do overcommit, to take advantage, because we've got plenty of players out there, as we saw in the first half, glimpses of, that we can take advantage if they allow space.
Leeds have got a corner, and by the way, I'm told that was Chelsea's 2nd goal from a corner this season. The first one was Koulibaly at the other end of the ground, way back in August against Spurs. Corners work short by Leeds. Now there's a better angle for the cross for Harrison, who puts the ball into the penalty area. The header's more up than away from Fofana. Havertz with an important touch to get it outside the box, and then Adams, well, he miscontrolled it but still got away from Sterling, and Adams looking to bend one into the top corner. My goodness me, that didn't miss by very much from Tyler Adams. Kepa always felt that it was going wide, but only just.
Yeah, lovely piece of innovation from him. And in the end, the ball between him and Sterling, looked like Sterling might get a toe on it, and it's fallen to him. He's about 7 or 8 yards outside the box. The angle's nice for the right foot. It's just bubbled down to him. It's set up nicely. He's just tried to bend it into that top right-hand corner as you look at the goal in the shed end, and of course left-hand side for Kepa. And there was a moment there, Matt, we think, ooh, but then of course it just got a little bit too much on it and went behind harmlessly for a goal kick.
Brighton have got a 2nd against West Ham. Goals Elton. Fofana's the only other second half goal in the Premier League thus far. 57.5 minutes gone at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 1, Leeds United 0.
Just the furthest man forward there was Enzo. Enzo's made a breakthrough. That top 5 that we spoke about. He's the one that ended up furthest forward, and it eventually broke down. But it's good to see that we're looking to stretch the lines and not just sit there in. And Enzo's one of those that you actually wouldn't expect to be that player.
Here he is on the ball, and he is pinging one out left-hand side. Wonderful pass right onto the foot of Chilwell. He played it first time for Havertz, just behind him the pass, but Havertz collected it anyway. Now it's back with Badiashile. He finds Kovacic. Kovacic, the captain today, works it short to Fernandes. Just over halfway here, Chelsea leading Leeds United by a goal to 0. Kovacic plays it infield to Havertz, back to goal. No need to rush things now, so Chelsea just keeping the ball amongst themselves. Koulibaly finding Fofana, the goal scorer. Fofana creeps over halfway, inside right position, plays it to Fernandes. Clever run from Fernandes. Now he clips on up to the edge of the box, headed away before he could reach Sterling. Picked up by Aronson, heavy touch from him though, and Felix has got it back via Koulibaly. Now here's Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek's 15th Premier League start this season, his most ever for Chelsea. He's beaten there though. And now Weston McKennie will look to come over halfway. McKennie being chased by Kovacic. Kovacic got something on it, and Koulibaly came in, put his foot in and won.
Does well, Kova. does really well, stays with him. He's always second best. He's always chasing McKennie, but make sure he stays in the race. Just manhandling him, grabbing a little bit of shirt, a little bit of arm, but nothing that the referee was interested in. And now there's a chance for a break with Chelsea.
Felix just inside his own half, surrounded by 3, and Firpo won it back off him. And now Firpo is near the edge of the Chelsea box. He's offloaded it left-hand side to Somerville, inside the penalty area, skipping outside the box, looking for room for a shot. Offloaded it to McKennie when he didn't find any. McKennie, edge of the penalty area, inside right, finds Ayling, gives it straight back to McKennie. This is where they look like a team who don't score many goals, Leeds.
Yeah, and actually well defended by us. We got our shape, we got our bodies back, and we've just done to them what. Oh, there we go. They've got on the outside though.
Harrison puts in a first-time cross, goes deep to the far post to Ayling. Ayling's going to send it back across the face of goal, and Ruter hit it off Koulibaly, and Kepa was able to collapse on the ball. That might be the best opportunity they've had all day.
No question. I have to say, as soon as that ball goes to Ayling on the far stick, he just drills it across the face of the 6-yard box. It's on target. If this doesn't hit Koulibaly, I think this is a goal, you know. He's so close to the ball, Kepa, as well. There's not that distance for him to react if it goes past Koulibaly. If it takes the deflection of his foot, Matt, or his knee or his leg, that hits the back of the net. A little bit of good fortune, which I have to say Potter will feel as though he's perhaps due some.
Played for an hour, it's 1-0. There's been a second goal at the Emirates. Arsenal 0, Bournemouth 2.
OMG.
Is this the day that Arsenal it up?
Wow. Wow. Let's hope so. But I couldn't care less about them. It's about us right now. You know, we can.
Be a nice cherry on top of the cake, though, wouldn't it? Oh, I made a pun there. I didn't even realise. Bournemouth cherries. It's going to be a good day, I can feel it.
Well done, you.
Fernandes finds Koulibaly on halfway. Chelsea are 1-0 up.
It's not the sort of pun you have planned, that one, is it, when you're playing Arsenal away at the moment?
Chilwell trying to keep it in play near the dead ball line, can't quite. Michael Oliver says that's a goal kick rather than a corner. So we're at the hour mark, but Chelsea have got the goal. Does that mean there's no particular need for a substitution yet? I can see Mudryk and Madueke and a couple of others warming up below.
Yeah. I mean, right now, there is no need, but the game, if you just analyse the game since the goal has gone in, Matt, Leeds actually will be quite happy with their response. You know, I wanted us to take the game to them. You know, put your foot on the throat, you know, metaphorically, obviously, but to try and take the game to them hasn't quite happened. And there's that sense of maybe of a bit of fear, a little bit lack of confidence because of what we've been through recently. And I wonder whether the bench now is the place to reignite that energy, to add some fresh legs. You know, Leeds are responding well.
Here's Firpo, edge of the box. Koulibaly's having a really good game. He just put his foot in and won it again. Here's Felix looking to lead the break. Oh, he's managed to squeeze it through to Sterling as well. One-on-one with Koch. He's forced wide. Sterling edge of the box looking for room for a shot. He's bending one, looking for the top corner. My goodness me, he almost found it as well. Just for a second as it left his boot, it looked bound for the net. In the end, it went behind.
Oh, it's a brilliant breakaway. It's a lovely pass from Felix. He's such a lovely player. Honestly, he glides across the pitch. His first touch, his awareness, his appreciation of the ball and teammates. He really is top draw. You know, I would say that probably technically the best player since we lost Hazard. And I'm not putting him in that bracket yet, but just the way it affects games.
Grateful to Atletico Madrid for loaning him for the rest of the season. Here's Chilwell, left-hand side, up against Ayling. Chelsea on the attack, goes back to Felix. Potter just has a look back at his bench, not to give somebody the signal. But
yeah, that might encourage him, actually. That might give him a couple more minutes to consider his next move, because we were starting to drop a little deeper, and Leeds were starting to enjoy a bit too much possession for my liking. But it would appear right now that maybe it swung back slightly in Chelsea's favour.
This Fofana, the scorer of the game's only goal, halfway inside Leeds half of the field, right-hand side, playing it back to Kovacic. Kovacic will go left to Badiashile. Got Chilwell tight to the touchline, came back and field to Kovacic, up to Havertz, back to goal. Nice layoff for Fernandes. Fernandes tackled by Firpo, and now Ruter will look to lead the break for Leeds on halfway. good foot in from Kovacic to win it back though. And Havertz will be able to use his body to keep it away from Tyler Adams and work it back to Koulibaly.
Yeah, brilliant from Kovacic.
Little things like that was what we didn't see in the second half of the first half.
You're absolutely right. Those little nibbles, those, getting 5 or 6 yards closer to the ball and engaging, asking more questions, not being passive, not sitting off. Really good, and he's a fan's favourite, of course he is. Just looking at it again, I just wonder whether we can stretch their back line a little bit more. Yeah, we saw it, signs of it first half. Felix has done it a couple of times this game, once in the second half. Just disrupt that back line, that back four if we can.
Chelsea can get a second goal, it's surely game over because Leeds don't look capable of scoring twice.
No, they don't.
Minutes.
But at 1-0, Matt, we and I cover football long enough. The game is never cooked.
Here's Tyler Adams. The many Americans brought in from either one of the Red Bull teams. That's where Leeds have done most of their shopping of late. Here's Somerville driving forward to the edge of the penalty area. He's played it into the box down the line and cut back by Aronson. And Kepa vitally got a touch to that inside the 6-yard box. Otherwise, Somerville would have tapped in, but it would have been irrelevant because the flag went up for offside.
Even so, Matt, there you go. There's the shot across your bows, if you like. This game is not over, but Leeds are capable. Okay, you look at their recent record. Yes, he is offside, but it's just one of those just marking your cards right now. This game is not over. Make sure that we don't give anything silly, possession away inside our final third, or go with your runners. In the end, that was offside.
Both sides will make substitutions
the next time the
ball goes down.
What, I was just about to say, it feels like we need some fresh energy.
Well, you get plenty of that from Conor Gallagher. He's the man who's about to come on for Chelsea. And Leeds are bringing on a goal scorer, albeit not yet at this level. More on that momentarily. It's actually going to be a double change by the look of it. Wilfried Gnonto is going to come on, as well as Mateo Fernandes. Fernandes has scored 13 in 14 games for Leeds under-21s in Division 2 of PL2 this season, but this is a massive step up from that. Anyway, play still going on with Fofana on the ball, right-hand side on halfway. Fofana thought about playing it to Loftus-Cheek. In the end, it's given away, and Harrison's got it for Leeds on halfway. Loftus-Cheek did enough to unsettle him, but he went too far with his challenge. It's a foul, and that will give the opportunity for the substitutions to happen. 2 coming up for Chelsea as well, Jace. Dennis Zakaria is also going to come on.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who comes off. Maybe Kova.
Yeah, Kovacic hasn't played 90 minutes in a long time, but we see the board go up now. Oh, Joao Felix is the first number that goes up for Conor Gallagher, and Raheem Sterling will go off so that Zakaria can come on. So that is Graham Potter looking to hold on to what he has, is it?
Well, I wouldn't be bringing Felix off. That appears that he's gone safe early.
Meanwhile, Aronson and Ruter are the players going off so that Gnonto and Fernandes can come on. Both managers making their first 2 substitutions of the game at the same time. So Havertz up top, Gallagher just behind, ratting around, but more emphasis on defence than attack for the rest of the game by the looks of it.
Yeah, and also what it would appear that Potter's thinking is defensively a little more assured in the middle of the park. Felix, I wouldn't take him off. He looks the brightest spark out there for Chelsea to get the second goal, which we might need. But what he has done now, he's gone with that high intensity of Conor, and he's gone that little bit more defensively assured with Zakaria. Let's see what that does to the middle of the park. What does that do? It looks like that Enzo and Cover are playing slightly higher. Zakaria just slightly more defensively minded. It's hard when the ball is in play, of course, because you can't quite see the formation as natural as you would like.
Now Gnonto trying to get on the ball here, but Koulibaly will work it back to Kepa.
You mentioned it earlier, actually. He's had a good game, Koulibaly, and he's not. I don't think he's been at his shiny, sparkling best since he's been at Chelsea. But
he's getting better, isn't he? Last few games, actually.
Absolutely, Matt. It's a really good point to make. He is. I feel like we've seen the best of him in the last 2 or 3 games in a show, consistently in Chelsea show.
Well, Thomas Partey has pulled one back for Arsenal. It's 2-1 to Bournemouth.
Yeah, so Zakaria is sitting deeper than Enzo and Cover.
20 minutes to go, 1-0 to Chelsea.
And Enzo actually, he's not just a defensive midfielder. He's got more about him. He's actually good going forward.
Well, he's covered more distance than anybody else for Chelsea since his debut in the Premier League. Free kick here, left-hand side for Leeds, will be taken by Harrison. He's just spanned the ball forward an extra 5 yards to give himself a better angle to whip this into the penalty area. It's about 10 yards in from the touchline, maybe 25-30 from goal. Harrison in conversation with Somerville. Leeds supporters away to our left, occupying half of the shed end, twirling scarves around, trying to help suck the ball into the net for their team as they try and get a point from this game to help move them away from trouble. 2 arms in the air from Somerville. He was the decoy. It's in by the left foot of Harrison, and the header downward goes wide of the post. Kepa, I think, had that covered. Anyway, it was Ayling who made the connection.
So there's 20 minutes now to go in this game. I feel we need to see a little bit more stubbornness about the way we're going to carry this game out. How do we see this game out? It's a nervy Stamford Bridge. It's a Leeds side that don't score many. It's a Chelsea side that don't score many. It's 1-0. What do we do? How do we see the next 20 minutes through? In-game management of this, it's absolutely massive. And that free kick we given away and a free header there, slightly worrying.
Inside the final 20 then, 1-0 to Chelsea. Kepa goes long onto the head of Firpo. Fernandez got a touch. Kovacic then slid in, but has ended up putting it out of play for a Leeds throw just below his left-hand side.
Start to sense that Leeds are, as the first half.
Well, they're going to have to go for it.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And that presents one of 2 problems. One, they become more offensively harmful, but defensively they become slightly weaker as they.
Fernandez trying to release Havertz, ended up hitting him in the backside.
Yeah, but that will allow gaps and spaces, and let's hope that develops.
Ayling with a straight ball through the middle onto the head of Koulibaly, who's looking for Nonto.
Can I just say Badiashile again? He's been good again. He's solid, doesn't give the ball away. Okay, he's just given a throw away, but he's economical with his passing. Very, very calm and assured in possession.
Cleared away up toward Havertz, but Woibert will be able to go all the way back to Meslier. Havertz is very much the lone man up front now.
Yes, he is, and that's a bit concerning, Matt, that we have got, that Havertz is now becoming slightly isolated, that we are starting to retreat. The substitutions, actually, it will send a message out to both teams as well.
Here's Harrison flicking the ball down the line, looking for Firpo. Fofana just guided him off the ball. I mean, we should praise the back 3 as a unit and individually.
Do you know what? As a back 3, there's been 1 or 2 minor moments, nothing major in the first half. Brilliant defending for Fofana, coming across, using his body, using that upper body strength just to ease the player off the ball, and it goes out harmlessly for a goal kick. But I would like to see us be a little bit more assertive now. Can we keep the ball? Can we string 4, 5, 6, 7 passes together? Can we start to frustrate Leeds? Because they've got 4 up. It's a 4-2-4 right now. That's how they're looking to play this game. They've got to score. And when you're 1-0 down, you're not left with a lot of options, but to change the game by being a bit more creative, a little bit more cavalier. Brilliant from Conor Gallagher in the middle of the park. Wins the first ball. It's a 50-50 the first one. Wins the second one and wins the free kick.
Free kick just over halfway, right-hand side. Brighton have got a 3rd against West Ham. Mitoma, what a season he's having. Has scored again. Now here's Badiashile. Out to Chilwell, left-hand side on halfway. Has to go back to Badiashile. He plays it into midfield to Zakaria. Arsenal have equalised against Bournemouth now. It's 2-2. Ball clipped out by Kepa, looking for Gallagher. Header finds Loftus-Cheek. It actually came off McKennie, but then Loftus-Cheek fell, and now McKennie can stride toward goal. Gives it left-hand side for Harrison. Fizzes over a first-time cross, got it horribly wrong. Behind for a goal kick, Carney Chukwuemeka is the next player who's going to come on for Chelsea.
Yeah, I felt for Ruben there. He's done okay on a right wing back. It's not his natural position, but he just stumbles over the ball and gives possession to Leeds. And because he stumbled, he's out of position on that space. Whenever you play a three at the back, is always in behind the wing backs. And when you're out of possession, that's where you want to try and attack. Harrison's cross though was poor.
Chukwuemeka is going to come on for Mateo Kovacic, who passes the armband on to Kepa. That'll be the first time Kepa's captain Chelsea. Third substitution then, Kovacic. On his return, he hasn't had much football this season, has managed to last the majority of the game. Chukwuemeka, an interesting replacement. Haven't seen him since a late cameo away at Liverpool in January. Ben White, by the way, got that equaliser for Arsenal. 2-2 there, 1-0 here. We've got 15 minutes and whatever Michael Oliver wants to add to that to go. They will feel like ours unless Chelsea can get the second goal.
Yeah, it's at 1-0, and you know, we Crystal Palace back in the mid-Jan, Matt. That game, you know, 1-0. I thought Palace, they changed it in the end. I mean, then Mateta come on and they went a little bit longer, a bit more physical. Actually, they caused problems, and they look like they might get the equaliser. Leeds will do, I'm guessing, something similar. Go a little bit longer, take a few more risks. They have to.
Loftus-Cheek with the ball in his hands for a throw-in on halfway. Hoiks it down the line looking for Havertz. He's been wrestled, and surely that's a free kick. Referee says no. Firpo then plays it into midfield to Somerville. Somerville goes to the right in Ayling, just over halfway here, Luke Ayling, up against Chilwell. Comes back to halfway to Tyler Adams. Adams will swish a pass with his right boot onto the left boot of Junior Firpo. Moved it on quickly to Harrison. Harrison's ball down the line for Gnonto.
Haven't seen much in Gnonto, you know. Everyone knows about him, right? He's a really exciting player. Haven't seen much at all as yet.
Youngest ever scorer for the Italian national team. They got him for a song in the summer, Wilfried Gnonto. Just £3.8 million from FC Zurich. Now here's Gallagher breaking. He managed to win it in midfield. He's near the edge of the penalty area, but outnumbered. Plays it infield to Chukwuemeka. Chukwuemeka inside the penalty area, got it caught up in his feet. Couldn't get the shot away.
Yeah, he's got to get the shot away, Matt. Brilliant play down the left-hand side. Now Leeds come.
Gnonto inside the penalty area, left-hand side. Oh, terrible pass to Harrison. No way he could have controlled
now
that, really.
The game for the first time is becoming stretched. And you would expect that at some stage with 15 to go or there or thereabouts. Chukwuemeka, he hasn't quite taken the ball with him, but I think he's got to pull the trigger, Matt. Inside the box. Brilliant. Conor Gallagher down the right-hand side. Wins his individual battle. Then there's a bit of space down the right-hand side. I don't quite know what the crowd are booing for. Maybe the ball's not gone forward, but Chelsea retain possession.
Chukwuemeka finding Fernandez. Fernandez on for Badiashile. Gallagher's definitely added something since his arrival. Ball played for Havertz to chase, and Meslier comes off his line and manages to get there first.
Yeah, nice idea. A bit straight the pass. But he does so well, Conor Gallagher. In fact, as does Chukwuemeka, that wins the ball actually in the first place. Plays it back to him. He's got to have a touch to pull the trigger, and he tries to cut inside. Bring it on his left foot. In the end, he got crowded out. But this, I expect the game now. What we're watching now, Matt, I expect the game to be like this now, because there's 12 and a half left. Leeds have got to throw caution to the wind, and we've got players now with Connor and Chukwuemeka, just seen that, and one or two others that can get down and high up the pitch, and Chelsea come again on the right side.
Loftus-Cheek has it near the point of the penalty area. Infield to Fernandez. He looked for Gallagher, who was offside. Havertz is in there too, but it goes through to Meslier.
Yeah, just Chelsea fans just a bit frustrated there that Ruben's come back inside. There wasn't actually much on for him going forward, in all honesty. I don't think he had a great deal of choice there. And I think there's a... Look, I know how I feel, and the rest of the Chelsea fans will feel something similar to me. There's that nervousness about what this means.
Here's Harrison, left-hand side, crossing position, played it into Gnonto. Gnonto trying to bring it under control, goes down inside the penalty area, no suggestion of a foul.
Brilliant challenge from Enzo. What a brilliant piece of defensive play. And Chelsea now, there's the stretch game that we spoke about.
Gallagher, right-hand side, space out left for Chilwell. He's pinged it over there, brilliant ball. Chilwell first time in toward Havertz. He didn't attack it with his head, it went over. I wonder if he could have got there if he just leapt in the air rather than watch it fly over his head.
Well, we're now looking at a basketball game. This is the Leeds that we saw under Bielsa and Jesse Marsh. And now that Javi Max Garcia's here, that they need to come out. Look how wide the pitch is.
Here's Somerville, edge of the penalty area, going into the box, takes the shot, deflects off Koulibaly. Will be a corner if it goes out, but they're happy to keep it in play instead, Leeds. It's worked back to Gnonto again, up against Gallagher. Point to the penalty area left-hand side. Back in field for Tyler Adams. Gnonto again, Chelsea good shape about them defensively. Somerville plays it down the line looking for Gnonto. He pushes Fofana over, ball goes behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, brilliant anticipation that from Fofana. We've got bodies back, our shape defensively is good. But the game now is becoming very wide and open, and I put Leeds in that conversation. It's just not one way. Now the question as the closer we get to 90 minutes is, how desperately do we need that second goal now? Do we overcommit, Matt? Do we throw men forward in search of that second goal, or do we pick and choose our moments, or do you want it to turn into like a game where you attack? Where it suits Leeds more that way, in all honesty.
Leeds have made another change. Jack Harrison's gone off and they brought on another young striker, Sam Greenwood. Does have a Premier League goal to his name, scored in a 4-3 win against Bournemouth earlier in the season. Former Arsenal youth player. Clearance away from Kepa, right-hand side looking for Havertz, who won the header. Leeds won the second ball though, then McKennie heads it into midfield. Now Koulibaly, here's Gallagher controlling on his chest, then Fernandes, lovely ball, he's had a good game, Enzo
Yeah,
Fernandes.
he has had a good game, and so's Koulibaly, but Chilwell gives it away, and now there's a chance for Leeds to break.
Played left-hand side for Gnonto to chase, he'll have to chase to keep this in play as well. Fofana came across, Gnonto pushed him over, free kick. Fofana might well be the match winner, he may very well be the man of the match as well.
That's not a foul. That's not a foul. Oh gosh, he runs, brilliant. He's a quick boy, he gets there first, and he basically just dives into Gnonto and then gets the ball, gets the free kick. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's definitely a foul by Fofana on the steward off the pitch, by the way.
He crumbles in, he crashes into the steward. Oh, do you know what? I think it's soft, right? But I've just seen another angle, and I can see why Oliver's given it.
The steward is okay.
The steward's okay.
I do think she went down a little bit cheaply, but there was definitely contact.
She was looking for a free kick. Oh, chance again for Leeds. Oh, this game's very open now.
Greenwood
it's really open.
Played it across, looking for Fernandes, but it was intercepted by Badiashile. We're inside the final 10 minutes. There's 8.5 plus stoppages to go. Chelsea lead Leeds United by 1-0. Coming into this game off the back of 3 straight defeats without a goal.
Yeah, and right now, Matt, the majority of the game is being played in the mid and final third of Chelsea's half. That's where the most of this game is being played right now.
Leeds desperate for an equaliser. West Ham losing. Bournemouth drawing away at Arsenal, not one of the worst results for them. Madueke is going to come on in the next change for Chelsea. Meanwhile, Leeds have a corner off Badiashile.
Yeah, Badiashile, he's duty bound to cover that. Somerville is down. I think it's because he's crashed into the boards. I have to say, as soon as he stopped the cross, great defending. Or maybe he actually caught him on the ankle, you know. And he's still down. He's off the pitch. They're going to take the corner no matter what. And the medical team aren't running on the side of the pitch, Matt.
Over comes the corner, didn't beat the first man. Loftus-Cheek headed it away as far as Gnonto. Gnonto then plays it to Ayling. Ayling will float across back in. Kepa decided to leave it. It was a good choice. Double change. Trevor Chalobah coming on as well as Noni Madueke. And here come those substitutions. Madueke, who celebrated his 21st birthday yesterday, will take the place of Enzo Fernandez. And Trevor Chalobah will come on for his 50th Blues appearance, but they're rising to their feet to acclaim Enzo Fernandez, Jace.
Yes, he's been good since he came here. I know it's a huge price tag. I know he's young, you find potential, but I have to say he has been one of our more impressive players of late. And now Noni has come on. I don't quite know what the shape of the team is looking like right now. Ruben's off as well. Let's see how that. So Chalobah's on. Madueke's on as well. Fernandez and Ruben off. Trevor's come over to right wing back. And Madueke's gone in the middle, joining Conor Gallagher. That midfield duo that started the game has completely gone.
6 minutes and add-ons left.
He's gone.
Badiashile wins it.
He's gone energy, defensive, legs, youth, that type of thing, hasn't he? To see this game out. And we know how big these next 7 or 8 minutes are going to be for Graham Potter. In his not just him, his career at Chelsea, but him personally right now. And the flag has gone up.
Against Madueke. Oh, meanwhile, off the ball, Chilwell having a scrap with Meslier. And it's either Adams or McKennie. It's Tyler Adams.
It's Adams, yeah. And there was a little bit of, I don't quite know, I love the way Michael Oliver sauntered over. He's got that resting face of like, yeah, whatever's. You know, he looks like that all the time, doesn't he? And he's just gone sauntered over. Nothing further. There's no cards that are going to appear. It's one of those. There's arms, a little bit of grappling around the chest area. But when you get to this stage of the game, Matt, you know, it means so much. You know, it's understandable. There's nothing there. I've not seen the yellow card, just a little bit of grappling.
One booking so far in this game. It's like the 1970 FA Cup final. Here's Firpo. Madueke put a challenge in, but it ran for Gnonto. Firpo's picked it up though on halfway, inside left. Good foot in from Chukwuemeka to win it. Got it back off Gallagher too. Played it forward to Havertz. Nice touch off from him to Madueke. Madueke can have a run here. Right wing, stopped and checked to get away from Firpo. Played it to Gallagher. His pass was short for Chalobah. Ball goes out of play for a Chelsea throw.
Yeah, a bit short there. Madueke comes down this right-hand side. He's forced back inside. Gives it to Conor Gallagher. In the end, the pass to, which I'm sure his team, Chalobah, didn't really appreciate. But it's one of those. I've got to give it to someone. In the end, the ball ricochets of Gnonto, goes up behind for a throw-in, which Chalobah's taken. This ball's gone out again. Looking at the clock now. I'm clock watching. 4 left.
Chalobah's throw looked like a foul throw to me, but play goes on. Zakaria lost out to Firpo. Here's Adams. Adams playing it to McKennie. Leeds inside their own half of the field here. Incredibly, some people heading for the exits.
Oh my gosh! Where do you live? America.
Gnonto trying to keep it in play near the dead ball line, left-hand side. He's managed that. Still 1-0 to Chelsea. 86 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Wesley Fofana's goal, 9 minutes after the restart, divides the teams. Firpo has it left-hand side. He plays it out to Gnonto. Infield from him to Somerville. Good foot in from Zakaria, but it ran kindly for Leeds. Greenwood then plays it down the line for Firpo, who's got space to measure across here. Firpo clips it in deep to the far post, and the header goes wide from Luke Ayling. He and Fernandez were rather in one another's way there, and they couldn't test Kepa.
Yeah, do you know what I was about to say? Defensively, we look really solid, and then all of a sudden, they find a little bit of space on the left-hand side. Chukwuemeka there, maybe could have dropped a little bit deeper earlier, but well played for Leeds on that left-hand side. But we've got bodies back, Matt. That 5 across the back, very narrow now. The 5, it is a 5. I know we started with a 3, but let me tell you now, with Chalobah on there and on one side and Chilwell there, we don't need now the second goal. There's 2.5 left. Stay narrow. Get ourselves, get numbers back.
Zakaria in midfield winning it. Outnumbered though, and McKennie's taken it from him. And Zakaria left a bit in on McKennie, and then there's a foul by Badiashile on Somerville, who wants to take the free kick quickly on halfway, but can't do so.
Chukwuemeka's got
ball played out left-hand side, terrible. Won't get to that. Gnonto goes out of play for a Chelsea throw. What are we looking at here, do you think, Jace? 4 minutes of stoppage time, probably?
Oh, yeah, I mean, 4 to 5 is your box standard, isn't it? There's not been, I don't recall, too many physios, if at all, have come on. Yeah, 4, I would suggest 4 is probably as close to anything, but well played.
Here's Badiashile.
Chukwuemeka on this left-hand, right-hand side.
Oh, it's a lovely ball from Badiashile. Slides in Chilwell, left-hand side, near the penalty area. Puts it across the face of goal. Oh, vital touch from Robin Koch.
because Madueke was about to turn it in. But Gallagher has managed to win it back off Greenwood. Can he keep it in play? Oh my goodness me, how on earth did he do that? Conor Gallagher just about kept it in. Got it back from Madueke. Gallagher's shot deflected.
Oh my
I can't
word.
believe he kept
Conor
that in.
Gallagher, honestly, that's what you get from chasing lost calls down the right-hand side. He chases his slightly heavy touch, no fault of his own, right deep on the corner flag. I think the corner flag might even keep it on. Not only that, he managed to get out on that right-hand side, play a little 1-2, get his shot away. You know what you're going to get with Conor. I mean, he's a wonderful footballer, but add that, he's got 3 Duracell batteries in there as well.
Here's Cook for Leeds. We're in the final minute of the 90 now. Out right-hand side to Ayling. They're on the attack here. Ayling halfway inside Chelsea's half. Goes back to Weston McKennie. McKennie comes left to Junior Firpo. Firpo out for Gnonto. Gnonto one-on-one with Chalobah left-hand side. Looking for room for a cross. Heading for the dead ball line. It's going to be a corner.
Well done, Chalobah. He stands up to the task. Well, now we really are into that zone where you feel that a goal now for Leeds will absolutely suck the life out of Stamford Bridge.
Corner from the near side, the left. Whole group of players, must be 10 of them inside the 6-yard box. Flicked on by Ayling, it's gone all the way through at the back post. And Fernandez couldn't get the touch to turn it in. He's just about kept it in play over on the far side. Hearts in mouths all round Stamford Bridge. Zakaria puts it out for a throw-in. We go into 4 minutes of stoppage time.
Oh my word, what a brilliant corner. You talk about those corners that, it missed the front man there. It's a brilliant corner, brilliant. And then flicks on, it goes begging towards that far post. And now Leeds have got a free kick. Let me tell you, Stamford Bridge is tense. It's really tense.
Free kick is halfway inside Chelsea's half, middle of the pitch. Greenwood is over it. It's very central, this. Not much of an angle for the 21-year-old Sam Greenwood. The space is out wide right for Somerville. One arm in the air. He's going to flip it into the penalty area instead. In it comes. Needs a Chelsea header on it. Got it from Havertz. Picked up left-hand side by Ayling. Ayling sends the cross back in. It's a dangerous-looking one into the 6-yard box. And it's loose for the moment. It's come out to Fernandez. Can he get the shot away? He has. And Kepa makes the save down low at his near post.
Oh, my word. Honestly, the ball bobbling around. Nervy defending. They managed to somehow get a shot on target. In the end, it looked far more dangerous than it actually was convincingly struck with. Yeah, you got bodies around it. It's come through a sea of bodies. In the end, Kepa goes down to his left-hand side. It was on target. Oh, my word. These are massive minutes. 1.5 have been played of the 4. Keep the ball at the other end. We want possession now. That's good. The ball should out for a throw with Chelsea. Manage the game now, boys. Come on. Manage the game. Play inside their half.
At about 90 seconds of the 4 minutes of stoppage time. Trevor Chalobah is going to take the throw-in halfway inside Chelsea's half.
Just seen one of the angles of zooming in on Todd Bowley. Of course, there's so much pressure on him and everything that's going on at Stamford Bridge right now. But these are massive moments. 2 have played to the 4. We're halfway through it. Well done, brilliant there from Havertz closing down. Kicks the ball into the crowd.
Gets a little push from Firpo through his trouble. Leeds frustrated so far, and not long left for Chelsea to see out now. A couple of minutes left. Gallagher put his foot in, couldn't keep it in play. It'll be a Leeds throw 10 yards further up, still halfway inside their half. McKennie stole a few yards, but it doesn't matter because Zakaria's got the ball back, gave it to Gallagher, got it back from Madueke, stabbed it forward for Havertz. Can he get there ahead of Koch here? He didn't, but the ball's going to break for Gallagher. Right-hand side near the dead ball line, just keep it there, Connor, that'll do just fine. Got Havertz there with him, 2 Leeds players around him. Adams trying to win it back, and Firpo too. Firpo slices through Havertz, no foul. Gnonto's now got it, level with the edge of the penalty area. And then forward by McKennie. And now Greenwood, this might be the last attack of the game for Leeds United. Oh, Greenwood's banged it into the channel for Ayling to chase, and he might have got there 10 years ago, but Chilwell was favourite, although Chilwell's been dispossessed now by the corner flag. He and Ayling grappling for it, and the ball's gone out for a corner to Leeds.
Well, Bendes, he's tried to see it out. There was not enough pace on the ball. Should have cleared it for a throw-in.
Heart Attack FC.
Lost kickings. There's 20 seconds on the clock. This is it.
Meslier has come forward for the corner, and then he's changed his mind. Well, he's not quite inside the penalty area. Now he is deciding that he is going to go in. This is it. This is surely the last chance of the game.
Ref!
Corner for Leeds, on the far side, the right. Goalkeeper Meslier on the edge of the 6-yard box. Players packed inside the penalty area. Out-swinging delivery. And a downward header toward Meslier, who gets his head to it, but it's saved by Kepa. He didn't get the power he wanted. Kepa encouraged to shoot. He'd rather just hang on to the ball. He's doing exactly the right thing.
The Chelsea fans around us, they're up celebrating like a goal because they know how big that was. Meslier arrives. This should be it. This should be it. My God, I don't think I've seen a more grateful of 3 points in years than I am about to feel now.
Yeah, we are grateful to
Kepa
have even
thumps it
one
skyward. Michael
freaking...
Oliver puts the whistle to his lips and blows it for the final time to confirm a massive victory. Maybe not in terms of the margin, just the one goal from Wesley Fofana in the end, enough to get the job done. But my goodness me, how Chelsea and how Graham Potter needed that.
Really?
The goal came inside the opening 10 minutes of the second half. An unlikely goal scorer maybe, but what a big win.
Oh, well, I mean, the result was always going to be more important than the performance. And look, there are parts of that performance that were okay, parts that...
Ooh, wow, finally a win. And what a win. It's very, very, very difficult to win. Very difficult to win. People, listen, I'm going to be here for just a few minutes if nobody is calling, nobody is asking a question, and I'm going to leave like now. Oh man, I've been here very, very long enough. And yeah, I'm here for the people. If people don't comment, people don't call, and then my job is done. Wow. 1-0 to Chelsea Football Club. Yeah, we finally won. Fofana. What a crappy game. Crappy victory. Even Todd Bowley is relieved. Like finally, the god of football somehow listened for the first time, because that was painful to watch. Painful game of football. And I don't know, man. Yes, sir. Very quickly, because I have to leave. So you have to go straight to the point. What do you think about the game?
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
Come on. That is we look like a relegation team.
Yeah, that's true.
That shocking defending, shocking. I don't know. It's like they're lazy. It's like you know, they're just walking around. They just don't. There's no intensity. They think that you don't have to run. You don't have to put pressure. You think it's just like you used to stand around, and because you're a big name and everybody else is gonna surrender, and this is ridiculous. We played Leeds. Imagine if we played City or Arsenal or one of the other teams. What are they going to do to Chelsea? It's going to be embarrassing. That
was really embarrassing. And at the end, it's 3 points. You're not going to take that away from, but it's far from a good game. It was awful. Just lucky to have a bullet header from Mr. Wesley Fofana. Benjamin, very quickly, what do you think about the game?
Yes, Oaks.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Well, we won 3 points, but what a win. You know, I'm celebrating it like if we won the Champions League. I don't know if you are one of those guys that been praying and hoping that we lose so Graham Potter can get sacked. But me, I support the team. I support Chelsea Football Club no matter what. I want us to win. So I don't care if he's going to get sacked. I don't care. I don't really rate him so far. But I'm not one of those people. Oh man, now we have to deal with this guy. No, that is not me. What is your point of view?
Yes, to me, really, I'm indifferent because we all saw that the match was so ridiculous. Nothing to write home about. It's the same old thing. After the first 15-20 minutes, back to our old self, you know. Coming back from the second half, first 5-10 minutes, we saw the fire, and afterwards, the substitution, everything went back to, you know. I'm just, it's still the same whole thing. Potter doesn't have what it takes to take this team going forward. Now, against Leeds, we're struggling to score 2 goals. We need 2 goals against Dortmund. How are we going to get it? How? If against Leeds, we'll be struggling to score 2 goals. Going forward, there's no plan. In the first half, we could see crosses coming in. You could see Havertz stepping out of the box. Who is going to knock these balls in?
Yeah, that is a very good question. Very good question. I will come back to you. Just wishing somebody
Look at Arsenal. Arsenal just got the third goal. Look at, this is a team. Look at Man U. Look at how Man U is doing now. They are doing fantastic. That is a coach that knows what he's doing. Oh, man, I don't know what to say,
All right,
man.
so let me wish somebody a happy birthday, Mr. Real Steel. It's, oh, somebody, please check on your echoes. Happy birthday, Mr. Real Steel. And Arsenal, what a comeback, 3-2 at the end. But listen, man, this is Chelsea. I'm not like celebrating or anything. It's just kind of, finally we score a goal. Oh, finally we got 3 points. Kind of sentiment. Nothing to celebrate here or to say anything. But that's what I wanted to say. All right, so yeah, and I knew it. I said it even in my preview that this is a lose-lose situation. No matter what's gonna happen in this game, many people are not gonna give him any kind of credit. People want him out. But if he just continues winning and winning, people can tolerate because they are sick and tired of insulting for the last month or so. So they're gonna be like, yeah, it is what it is. But no matter how many goals we were going to score today, or even against Dortmund, even if we smash them 5, nobody is like, the mind is already set. But this is not how my world works. Like me, even if I hate somebody, I don't really hate in my life, but I'm just putting it in that way. Even if I don't like somebody, I don't like their style of play or whatever, I will always find something to give a benefit of the doubt. That's how I was educated and trained to be. But I don't blame people who just go all for it. It's all bad, 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 or all good, 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 good. No, that is not the world that I live. Somebody, Mr. People's Republic.
Yeah, but okay, let me question you on that statement, which is a very good statement, by the way. If I agree 100% with what you say there, if you see progress, if you see things improving, if you see if you like, unfortunately, Thiago Silva, our captain, is kaput again, and so the defense was with Koulibaly. That is shocking. That is actually quite scary. I'd rather play one from the development team than Koulibaly. That guy, I don't know, but
he had some very, very defensive skills today. That's what I'm talking about. Like we try to focus on many negative things. I saw that guy putting some tackles and some blocks that could have, they were good. Like, I don't know. He was so sometimes he got undone, of course, because it's Koulibaly, but most of the time he was there. He did his job. I don't know. And this is why I'm talking about mindset,
Oaks.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how good your defense is. If you bad offensively, it's the same old story. But if you bad offensively, it's going to tell on the defense. The defense keep defending well, keep defend. At some point, they are going to break. If the offense is not as good as it should be.
Very good point. But how many bar we hit today and how many chances we created?
It doesn't matter. That means something is not working. Okay. Oaks, something is not working. A team is meant to score goals. Look for a way to score. Talk to your guys. Scream at them. If they're not doing something right, scream at them. If you have a plan. How many true balls did we see today? The cross is going into the box 18. How many headers did we see? The corners were better today, thanks to the defenders, that we had 3 solid defenders. I mean, it's still the same old story. The offensive players are not scoring. Why? Look at the pass that Sterling gave to Felix. That was a bubbling ball. And that was what
even
Felix
Sterling
complained about.
himself missed a lot of chances, though. He skied it instead of scoring. So it's not like if you pass the ball, depending on what your mindset is. But I say all of them, not just one person. Just because you pass the ball to somebody else, he didn't score, and you missed yourself clear chances. So it's all of them there. So it's not like one person.
So what are we going to do? It's the work of the coach. If Sterling plays a bubbly ball to Felix, that was why Felix could hit the bar with that, because the ball was high.
So what the bubbly ball has to do with the coach here? Like, be honest for a minute.
No, this is what I'm saying. Oaks, this is what I'm saying. I played football myself. When we play, my coach will always tell me, pass the ball on the ground, pass the ball on the ground. There are some balls you are not meant to make it look to get it bubbling. Pass it on the ground so the player can hit it well. That pass was, well, what do you expect? Is it that the ball goes over the bar?
My question is, what that bubble ball has to do with the coach? He told him to pass it that way, or just the ball can happen? There is no, you can't script football. You can't
scream at his players.
Scream at him.
He can scream at his players.
Okay.
Look. For instance, look at Man City. Look at how they pass the ball. You can't just see them passing the ball anyhow. These guys, they should know what they are doing. At that kind of point, at that kind of position, you need to pass the ball right to get the ball into the net, or else you won't score.
And that is the coach. That is the coach. The coach fault, or the lack of skills from the player.
No, I mean, if they're not doing something right, you need to scream at them. If they're not doing something right, you need to scream at them. If a coach knows what he's doing, he needs to tell the players, this is what I want.
All right.
You understand?
I got your point.
He needs to tell them.
But I think the problem the coach has is that he doesn't know what is his best starting 11. So he keeps changing. So these players never actually get the chance to play together as a, you look at City, Liverpool, Arsenal, whatever. It's all basically the same 7, 8, the core of the team. So they know my colleague runs this way, he runs that way, I pass the ball this way. So it's all automated. With Chelsea, they keep changing the lineup. These players.
Well, if we are changing, it's not like on purpose. Some of the changes being dictated by the situation, injuries, suspensions, fatigue, and all that. So I got your point, but like today, who would you can argue about number 9? Aubameyang was there, fit and ready. Fofana was there, fit and ready. Those are the value point that we have to get. Why you didn't start this and that. But getting on the manager for the point that makes no sense is becoming about mindset. Like the manager will never tell Joao Felix to hit the bar. We will never. Like he was praying, even he can even sacrifice something just to get a win, to release the pressure. But people making it sound like, oh, it's the manager because of some actions that happen. When the ball is in the air or on the floor or whatever, depend on your position you are. It doesn't depend on the coach. That's what I'm not giving him even credit here. I'm the person. Yes.
Can I say something here? Against Dortmund, you hit the posts. Against West Ham, you hit the post. You keep hitting the post. You don't score. All the games you don't score. So what's going to happen? Are we going to keep hoping? I mean, this is something that
what
keeps
is the point
repeating
you're trying
itself.
to make here? It just means like the manager is not teaching them.
What I'm saying is the manager, his ideas needs, if something is not working, if your players are not putting the ball into the net, there's a problem. You can't win matches. That's the reality.
So you want it? Okay, let me make sure. So you wanted him to take Felix off, right? So what is your solution on hitting the post?
No.
Tell us what is your solution. Yeah.
What I'm saying is that if we can't get a solid win against Leeds after all we've been through and a week training, and we can't get a solid win against Leeds, it's going to take a big miracle. And don't forget, we're playing at home. It's going to take a big miracle to score against Dortmund. You can't compare a Leeds team to a Dortmund team.
So what is your
And if you
solution,
can't score,
sir?
Okay, what I'm saying is that if your ideas are not working, change ideas. You have to. I mean, these guys, they watch these matches over and over again during the week. Watch, and if only he's not seeing the errors. If I'm the coach, I'm going to scold Sterling for passing that ball that way. Pass the ball on the ground. Look at Arsenal. Look at Man City. Look how they play. I mean, to say what Mr. Republic was saying about substitution, for crying out loud, you're leading 1-0 and you took off your best players. We could have drawn this game, Oaks. We could have drawn this game easily. If you are going to make substitution, 20 minutes, you make those kind of substitution. How did we do after the substitution? I mean, if you have a bloated squad, fine, you have a bloated squad. Stick to a group set of players. Stick to them and make it work.
Yeah.
If your ideas are not getting into everyone at the same time, stick to a set. I mean, we've been dealing with injuries, but for how long have those guys come back now? What difference? What progress? What prospects have we seen in this team? What prospects? Are the ideas working? I mean, on a good day, another coach will handle this team and he's going to see. It's all about the ideas of the coach. What is about? What is he thinking? What is he passing across to the players? I mean, we can talk about the coach of Brentford. Why are we talking about the coach of Brentford? Why are we talking about the coach of Brighton? It's because the way they play. We are seeing something unique. What is unique about the style of our play? Nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing. I'm sorry.
I agree with you. It's nothing so far, but the problem I have with people is that they don't use context. You've been talking about in the other games. We were talking all about you have to make changes when it doesn't work. Today he made changes. We went 3 at the back. Ruben Loftus-Cheek playing as a wing back, and he was solid. And we twisted things a little bit. If we were clinical in front, we could have scored at least 3 goals. But our final third is always, the way it is. And you can the valuable argument I can make here is about our strikers. Why not Aubameyang or Fofana try something different in the final third? But everybody pretty much was happy when Sterling was there. I will agree. I argue that I wanted to see Modric. He wasn't there. So sometimes, like I said, this guy, I'm trying to play the devil advocate here. I'm not a fan of him. Everybody knows about it. But I am not those people who always find red flags. It's a lose-lose situation all the time. Before the game, why can't you do this? He does it. He fails. Why can't you? So it's always people who find something to blame and to attack because we don't like him for many, many reasons from day one. So the mind is set. So for me, sometimes we have just to take 2, 3 points and move, because no matter what we're going to say here is going to make Todd Boehly change. If Todd Boehly want to sack him tonight, he's going to do it regardless of our show. Even if we go here, get him out, look. He's not going to sack him. He's not going to sack him. We're not going to change anything. I'm going to close.
But I thought that the job of the manager, the coach, he's there to motivate players. He's there to get the players playing at 100%. So in other words, if you look at this Chelsea team here, there's no intensity, there's no motivation. They're slow, they're lethargic. Look how they were playing under Tuchel. They were playing a more defensive game, but they ran. Those guys ran their hearts out. These guys, it's almost like there's no energy. It's maybe 15 minutes in the beginning of the game and maybe a little bit in the second half, and then they just, like, as our friend here from Mr. Fax say, it's just, it goes back to the same restore factory settings, and it's just the same old slow, and the defense is left exposed with the midfield players that they're not helping out, and so the defense looks terrible. And it's just the same, and that is on the manager. I don't care. I know you love the manager, but that's on him. To motivate the players or make the correct substitutions. At least when Gallagher came on, Gallagher, fighter, that's never die type there, who fight even the most ridiculous balls. And so that kind of intensity, that kind of craziness you need. If you play with no power or no intensity, all the teams in Premier League, they'll run over you.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm gonna go, Benjamin. What do you have to say before I leave here and say goodbye to people?
Let me ask you a question. When was the last time we were a goal down and we came back 2-1? When was the last time?
I don't remember.
Neither do I.
Because it won't happen with the way we
today.
Set
we
up.
Didn't concede. Let's keep on today's game and let's see what we can do in the future. What is your conclusion for today's show? Are you still him need to go before the next game, right?
Well, he needs to go. That's the truth. Even if we 10th or 11th on the table, if we get rid of this manager, another manager can come in and we can still make the Champions League spot next season. I believe this team is strong enough. No. I believe this team is strong enough to win the UCL, the Champions League. We have talented players. All we need is a coach that can galvanize these guys, that can make things happen, that can bring in ideas. Going forward, ideas offensively, nothing is happening in this team. Nothing. No ideas. Sometimes in the match, they seem lost of ideas. You just see them knocking the ball around, passing. First 20 minutes, good. They played well. That was when we saw the organization from the defense gradually to the midfield. There was composure. But what happens after 20 minutes? You see them just knocking the ball around, short of ideas. Going forward, nothing to do.
Yeah.
You understand? So what I'm saying is we can get rid of him now and still get something out of this season. We need someone that knows what he's doing. This team can win the Champions League. Nobody, when it happened in 2012, nobody believed that team could win. We got rid of Villarreal. And we won the Champions League. So something like that can still happen if we act fast. Because if we lose against Dortmund, or rather play 0-0, that means we're out. It might be too late. And that means the whole season is gone after spending 600 million. Oh my God.
All right, so my friend, listen, man, come back tomorrow for the therapy because I have many things to do with the family now. So, Mr. People's Republic, can you say your last word for the show and see you tomorrow?
I think the season's done one way or the other. No matter how you bend it, whether we get whoever comes in as a manager. I think it's now we have to stabilize, find a system of play which suits these players, and basically prepare for the next season. As for Champions League, winning it, come on, let's get real here. Not this what we saw today. For me, basically, I'm just looking at the gap to the relegation zone just to make sure we don't get relegated. This is the most important thing: is that keep that distance to the relegation zone, find your system of play, how you want to play, and then prepare for next season, because this season is done.
Yeah, I agree with you, my brother. Thank you so much for helping, and see you tomorrow, man. God
Cheers,
bless.
man.
Cheers. Peace and love to the family. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. On your way out, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you probably tomorrow. Put your notification on and you will see when I go live. Thank you so much. God bless.